Aladio, how much did you make inside of STS in straight commissions last month?
$97,000.
Would you buy STS again, knowing what you know now and the experience that you went through to get here?
Oh, hell yeah.
Why?
10 times over for everything, for every single aspect, for the community, for the people that you get to work with and get access to speak with. The framework actually really works. Like that's what took me above, 20 and 30K for the first time in my career. Like the framework works. I shared my screen. I showed him that I made like 60 grand in commissions in the last 2 or 3 months or whatever. I showed him. And he was like, whoa, it's actually real. I'm like, yeah, motherfucker, it's actually fucking real. Come on now. And then he got his shit together and look where he's at. How much did you make last month, man?
From $200 to 23K in comms. Fucking crazy.
Like, are you fucking stupid? You have three different levels of closers here that are fucking exceptional. The only thing you can think to ask about is mindset. If you need a mindset coach to be in sales, you are cooked. What are you trying to learn from a mindset coach? I'm being dead serious. How much of a fucking gimp do you have to be to genuinely believe that? If you just focus on making more money, it solves all your problems. Aladio, how much did you make inside of STS in straight commissions last month?
$97,000.
$97,000. Do you realize or not realize that is more than most sales coaches make from their own coaching?
Damn. I haven't thought about that.
Would you buy STS again, knowing what you know now and the experience that you went through to get here?
Oh, hell yeah.
Why?
10 times over for everything, for every single aspect, for the community, for the people that you get to work with and get access to speak with. But just for the framework actually really works. Like that's what took me above, 20 and 30K for the first time in my career. Like the framework works.
Here's an even better question. Why the fuck haven't we met in person yet?
Yeah, fucking timing, man. It's been off, I guess, but we're gonna, yeah, we'll see each other soon enough.
What's going on, gangsters? How is everyone?
Fantastic.
Good.
Good.
What we'll do is I'll make me and I'll make Eladio. The main thing is, there you go. Yeah, that's better. There you go. Look at his handsome face. Look how jacked he's been getting. Makes more money, just decides to get super jacked. What we'll do with this, by the way, for everyone here, I want to make this as engaging as possible because the last one that I did, obviously, it wasn't that engaging and I didn't like it. I like being able to engage with you guys and actually make sure you're getting value, you get the ability to ask questions. And then obviously you get insights from Eladio as well. Eladio joined STS, I think we just said it was about August last year. Was it August?
Yeah, August last year.
Cool. So it was August last year, and in between that time frame and under a year, he's been able to go from like, what were you making before you came to STS? Was it directly 3K?
I,
Okay.
yeah, I was at 3 grand a month, and my highest that I've ever done was 15 grand. Did that in 1 month, and then bounced right back to 3K, 4K, pretty much.
Perfect. So in that time span, he's come from like, is it 3 to 4K, 15K at once, and then all the way from 20 to 30 to 40, 50, but pretty much skipped 40. Skipped fucking 60, 70, 80, just went straight to fucking 100 grand. What a fucking beast. And just for clarity, like, because most people would like to assume that you're on a B2B offer to kind of close that amount. You don't obviously don't have to say the company name. What is it that you actually what is it you actually sell and sell?
It's classic B2C. It's just higher level. The prospects is just higher level. They're sitting on, hundreds of thousands of dollars, if not millions, and we're doing trading coaching. It's the same shit as always with classic B2C. It's just higher level,
Sure.
higher. T
One thing that I want a lot of people to understand, because it is easy to say you're only printing on that offer because of the offer, right? If you would have gone on that offer before you, but outside of STS, like not saying that STS is obviously a direct correlation, but what I'm saying is with the lack of like, I suppose, conviction that you have now, would you have been able to step on that offer and do as well as you had now?
No, hell no. I
So
had to. I had to work my way up to get there.
So the point is, people that sit here and assume because Eladio is on X offer, that's the only reason that he's making that money. That is completely false. Eladio would not, had he not made the 2030, would not have had the conviction to go into a bigger offer, speak to people with a level of conviction and confidence that he has now to be able to print the amount of money that he wants to, that he can make. So I just want to set that. I kind of want to set that expectation because this is where most people get aligned. Once I get the right offer, then I'll print. But if you were to step on Eladio's offer within the same week of you underperforming, what's the first thing that sales manager would do?
Well, 9 out of 10 people that actually get on the offer don't survive the first 2 weeks.
There you
So
go. And last month, I believe, did you, if I'm not mistaken, you collected a company record.
yeah,
What was the company record that you broke?
close to 600 grand.
That's what I'm fucking saying. So just before you fucking try and sell me on your excuses or whatever bullshit you want to try and sell me on, nobody wants to fucking hear it in this conversation. Is that fair? Yes? No? Human printing machine. You're not wrong. How did it feel, by the way? Because that's a main question. Like, how do you actually feel?
How do I feel?
Yes.
I feel fucking incredible, man. Um, Incredible. I was talking to somebody about this yesterday, actually. Because I've put in the work and because my character has caught up with the results that I'm making, I'm not even surprised at this point. You think you're gonna hit a 50K or 70K or 100K in a month, and you think you're gonna be super ecstatic, but the work that it takes to get you there then allows you to not be surprised once you get there, and that's beautiful.
It is beautiful. So, what I wanted to do with this, so we'll go through this, and it will be interesting to see like you react to certain things that are on this screenshot, um, as we go through this. So, if anybody has any questions, feel free to put them in the chat, and then obviously me and Eladio will go through them at the end. But I just wanted to present this very, 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 very fucking quickly. Um, so this is the session that we're going to run today. So it's obviously between me and Eladio, where we'll go through any Q&As, any sort of insights that Eladio can share in terms of like any particular skills that he's been able to apply to his current offer to be able to make the money he wants to make. I'm sure he'll be open to sharing some small insights, not everything, and we'll go from there. So Eladio, if I'm not mistaken, when you originally joined, you tried to give us every reason not to move forward. Would that be at least a fair statement to make?
Yeah, I was, yeah, full of red flags for sure.
So if we look at this, where he originally started, so what you were making 4,000 US right now, anywhere between 2 to 5 calls a day, approximately 70% show up. Came on the offer in Feb, had 5 to 7 calls, but today collected 100 grand my first month. Then they changed things with ads. Was at 10 to 15K before, now dropped to 3 to 5. Being too soft at the end, not holding prospects' feet to the fire, not holding them accountable to what they said was important to them in the discovery and letting them go too easy. Discovery could always improve, but I believe the biggest challenge has been objection handling. Do you remember this moment when you mentioned this? Do you remember the experience of going through this?
Not as much as I would like. I think my memory has, on purpose, deleted a lot of these memories. But
Why would
um,
you say this was happening in your calls though at the time?
I didn't have a solid base to stand on. Like I didn't have a really solid understanding of why I was asking what I was asking, and the direction that I needed to take the call in to help these people out. And so I was lost. As you can see right there, I thought my main thing was objection handling. Like, that's not even true. Like I needed help with the discovery, needed some massive help to begin with as well. So I was just
What
lost.
what training had you previously gone through, if any? Because I don't think
I
we
did
ever
one,
spoke about that.
I did just one very like introductory as like yeah, it was something a year and a half ago, or 2 years ago or something. Yeah, a year and a half ago. Just a very basic like, intro. The disco is like surface level, and then like, well, if you don't do this, consequence, and then pretty much starting to pitch. Like it was the most basic thing ever, and it's just not enough anymore. So
When you originally enrolled to like STS and you obviously learned the way we do things a little bit differently, how does that compare to that?
oh, there's just so much more depth to everything. So much more depth. It feels like you've unlocked like a whole new area of just fucking consciousness. Right? Like, it's completely different. You have a solid base to stand on. You have a foundation, and you can spin it your own way. I'm a huge believer that you should copy what works for others and then put your own spin to it. Always. That's what I did with you, and it just worked right away. So yeah.
So we get to this point. Hey, went through the doc, looks solid to me. 8 grand is not a big figure I fair to invest. Where I'm sitting truthfully across from you today, I've been through your YouTube videos and surprisingly impressed. Surprisingly, the motherfucker looks different to most sales training out there, and I'm for it. I need to get more familiar with you before I drop 8 grand though, and I need to sort out whether I stay on this offer or the issues and I can't control or keep switching and have more opportunity to implement this. That's where I'm sitting. When you look at that now, what do you see those as?
Just a bunch of limiting beliefs. Yeah. Just a bunch of limiting beliefs, man. Just somebody stuck in their own way of thinking and own way of doing things, and not realizing that there's 10 other options that you don't think about, that you have access to, that you're not considering.
How, now that you see this, right? Now that you see you saying that I need to get more familiar with you before I drop 8 grand. Now that you've been able to make the money that you've made, does that way of thinking still exist in your mind?
No, no way.
The excuses that you are giving me there. Also, I need to sort out whether to stay on this offer with the issues going on, all this kind of stuff. I need to look at and figure out a little bit more. Do you see them now as just literal excuses that you were giving yourself as a
That's
reason?
just fear.
Is that what
Like,
you
it's all
said?
it
You
is.
said it was.
At the end of the day, that was just fear right there.
And then had I not pushed back on you in that moment, what do you think might have happened after that conversation had I actually not even pushed back or at least got you to think differently?
I think I would have kept on just thinking the same way, and I would have kicked the can down the road a couple of months, probably wait to see what would have happened with my offer, whether it would continue to work or not. And then I would, try to get a different offer, get it for free if I could. Like, just fucking, you know, stupid shit. Yeah.
Yeah. But even here, right? Because one thing that you said to me in the previous statement was, I need to hold my prospects' feet to the fire. So then you expose like your own limitations, and then I just basically challenge you with your own words, what you expected from your prospects, what you wanted to do to your prospects, right? So objection handling has to come from a place of like using your own mentality against you, so that it actually lands. So here we have more objections. So I agree with what you're saying, man. I really do. And based on the little I know of you, you become a top pick for me to invest in. I'm super emotional driven and especially driven by identity. I resonate with you very much. I legit just heard about you 8 hours ago and reached out to you to see who you are and what you do. I would want my prospects to reach out to who we are and what we do and be familiar with us. We haven't even spoken, and I don't know if this is just an AI bot texting me back. I would definitely look deeper into you and take a serious look. Need to figure out what I want to do. Otherwise, once I have that clear, I'll map out exactly what I want to do. I'd be happy to jump on a call with you or you're closer to the next steps. What did you say here? I legit heard about you 8 hours ago and reached out to see who you are. That's class. Why were you thinking this way?
Um,
Who was it? Who was it? Because I never actually asked you. Who was it that told you about me, by the way?
I don't even remember the guy's name. It was just a friend of a friend. What was his? I can look it up. I can check, but ah,
So it
Twitter,
was not even somebody.
Twitter,
Who?
something like this.
Who?
Twitter. I think it's something like Twitter. I'll check it out. I'll let you know.
It doesn't really matter, but the point is, right, it's just a passing name that somebody had suggested to you. You actually took the resourcefulness to actually look into it and actually see where you could see what was going on. But I guess for the time that you reached out, I can imagine you did never expected this. Now, at one point, you did say that you were going to go with X Lions, and for a particular reason, you decided not to move forward on that because he was being super weird in the DMs. What was he saying that was causing you to be uneasy, if you can remember?
It wasn't anything about you. It was just myself. It always is. It's always yourself. Like, I was just in this, somewhat weird position where I didn't know if I was gonna be let go from the offer. I was gonna have any money coming in. I already didn't have enough, in savings or whatever. And I was just trying to look for a way to be as safe or
Yeah,
comfortable as possible. Yeah.
as you said here, this is creating a lot of uncertainty even now, but in other areas of life too, need to sort this out. Let me ask you a genuine question, right? Looking at this now and who you are here,
Yeah.
how much of a difference is there in who you actually are today?
Oh, it's night and day. I
How does
mean,
it
come
feel
on.
to actually look at this like version of you?
That's when I go back in time and slap myself across the face 3 times.
Or get yourself in a fucking chokehold.
Yeah.
Are
Yeah.
you not proud of
Yeah.
like how far you've actually come though, if you think about it? Because if you look at you here,
Yeah.
you now.
Yeah. No, it's been a transformation for sure. Again, I'm not surprised at this point, but and I'm not the best at giving myself a pat on the back for certain things. But it's just if you're a high performer, that's the way you are, and you always want more. But I am proud. I'm very proud because like I was probably more broke at the time and had more red flags mentally than most people that have ever joined SDS or even most closers out there right now. I was in a way worse starting position than most people, and I've still made it all the way through here. So um, that just goes to show.
How did you know it was going to happen? What was the difference that STS made for you going through this transition? Because obviously the position that you're in, it's not easy to invest in that. I know exactly what it's like. It's very draining. It's a very like uncomfortable position. The word uncomfortable is thrown around very easily in this space, right? But that
Yeah,
level of uncomfort that you were sitting in, I've been to that point where you genuinely don't know what to do with yourself and you question everything.
yeah. Honestly, the biggest thing is not just the again, I've mentioned this a few times, not just that the framework works and stuff, because you don't know that stuff until you join. It's not about that. It's honestly the feeling that you have when you join. You get a certain feeling because you see everybody in the sales chat going absolutely crazy every single day, collecting a lot of money and making a lot of money. It's honestly the feeling of just like, fuck, this shit actually works. If I just put in the same amount of work or even more than these people, I can actually do it. Like it's just that it clicks in your mind. You go from being a closer that goes, oh, I'm kind of 1 foot in, 1 foot out. I might go back to my 9 to 5. I might not be able to make this work, da da da, whatever. And then you kind of realize, like, holy shit, it's actually fully possible if I just go for it.
One thing that I
That's the
want
feeling that
to,
SDS
sorry,
gives you.
uh, sorry to cut you off, bro. One thing that I actually want to mention for you, because I know this for sure. Since August of enrolling, I know for sure that you haven't taken a time away from actually obsessing over this game and actually making it work. I
No,
know that for sure. And I think most people skip that and think, oh, I'll just commit for like 3 months, 2 months, 4 months, give it a go, give it my best. And then 4 months down the line, they still not made it work. But you, I know for sure, because me and you are pretty much the same person. I know for sure you haven't actually taken any time off to get to the point where you are now.
I haven't. Like even since I joined SDS, like I can't think of a time where I've taken more than 3 days off, genuinely, since August last year. And I'm not saying that's a good or bad thing or whatever, but like it's just obsession. You gotta give this your all if you really want it to work. And it's like if you're happy with 5 grand or 10 grand a month, then that's one thing. But if you want to get to 20, 30, 40, 50, then which you should be aiming towards, like fucking hell, it's never been easier to make money like this online. We kind of owe it to ourselves to just grab this by the balls and just go for it as much as we can. Honestly.
I fucking dead agree. Like genuinely, this just makes me really angry and fired up, like just really aggressive to want to make more money. Like I saw a reel today from an individual, a sales coach, and basically was saying most closers are doing it wrong. You shouldn't be taking 8, 9 calls a day, sat at your keyboard all day. You should be out here in like Bali and these low level countries and reducing your hours, making 50% of your income so you can actually enjoy your life and make money. But then, what about the future that you want to be able to set yourself up for? Like, how much more can you
Yeah.
secure your future now because of the money that you're fucking making? If you can't sacrifice a couple of months, 8 to 9 months of actually grinding 8, 9 calls a day, 10, 12 calls a day, whatever you fucking take to set yourself up for that level of security, you are just being selfish for everybody else. Do you agree or disagree with that?
100% agree. It's insane the amount of advance that you can develop if you just put the work in and you go and you do more than other people. Like, so what are we in this to make the same salary that we could make with 9 to 5s or even just to double it? No, we're in this to make as much as possible because not because of the money, but because if you're 22, 25, 30, 35, like it takes literally 1 year in this game to completely, even less, 6 months to completely change your life. And it's like, why would you not go for that?
Fucking true. Some people just only think from their own place of like, hey, I'll be safe, I'll be nice in Bali and just I'll be safe and wherever the fuck people are, South America, I don't know where people are, right? And they'll just take their little 5 calls a day and just settle for what they have. But like honestly, like there's so many people you can fucking help with the money that you want to make and you just tolerate it because you're safe and you're looked after. This game will literally change your life. It has changed Eladio's life to the point where he knows he's set up for life with the skills that he's got, the environment that he's got, the network that he's got, the people he's got around him. He's pretty much fucking set up for life. And if you can't sacrifice a full year for that, what's the point in doing this? Because 10 grand, 20 grand a month, you could genuinely just make in a 9 to 5. So
Yeah, I never said that at the time, by the way, but right before I joined SDS too, that was some of the stuff that I wrote in DMs that I never actually said, like the personal stuff. My mother had a stroke, like 3 or 4 months before we talked, and I was flat broke. Like even after I invested in SDS, I had 1 grand left to my name. That month's rent for me. And I knew that if my mom needed some help financially, I couldn't provide that. But that's also the same reason I had to do it, for that reason, because there was no other way out for me. And now I'm in a position where I put 2, 3, 4, 5 grand on a card. I give it to her. She takes it out. She's good with whatever she got to do. And here we are. It's insane.
this is why I don't get it though for situations like that. This is what the point that I'm trying to make. Like, imagine not having the availability to genuinely help your mum like that. How much of a good experience and feeling is that to know that you can actually take care of other people? And if you just tolerate like mediocrity, especially in this industry where you're commission based, like how are you supposed to support everybody else around you? And like even what you just said there is fucking world class. And that's probably the first time I've actually heard you say it as well. So I actually appreciate you sharing that, bro.
Yeah, it's the first time I've said that actually. So yeah.
Class. And this was, I think I believe was obviously when you joined, going through the course, something like the third video, and one of your calls was very the moment basically this whole 10 minutes. This is such a paradigm shift for me, like a complete and utter paradigm shift. Like going from the sun revolves around the earth to all the planets revolving around the sun type of shit, paradigm shift. Never thought of beliefs this way as the actual anchor weighing someone down, holding back to their desired outcome. Always got taught further and reinforced there's pain and depths of pain getting elicit with enough emotional response to take action. But now it actually isn't enough that the person could have a limiting belief. That's still unbelievable to me. So even when you joined, like there was still a shift in like the way that you saw sales and how.
That was insane. This one was insane. I remember this one. The feeling I got from this one, like, wow, it's that the wind, like the glass breaks, that sound in your head, and you're like, holy shit, somebody could be in pain. You're taught to go on pain, 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 and pain is good, obviously, to hit on, but somebody could be in that pain for 5, 10, 15, 20 years, and they've gotten used to it, and you have to kind of help them see that. And the way that you do that on the calls that are in the SDS, it's insane. So helps a lot.
Here's the thing, right? So this was first full month using STS process, hit $200,000 in the month. Probably lost out another 50 to 100K for not being savage enough in objection hand, but now I know what it needs to focus on. So honestly, at that point, I remember this was obviously like one of your first months in the offer and one of the offers that we got you on as well.
Yeah,
Was which offer was that Alex's or was there an offer before?
Alice G. Yeah,
Is that Alex? Okay.
yeah.
So and then you went from 20 to 30 to 50 grand a month to last month, $97,000 in a single month. Like it's just the level of obsession, aggression. Like I genuinely mean that. Like when I say aggression, do you actually know what I mean by that, Eladio? Because it's something that I genuinely reflect in my life a lot.
The way that I see it is like intensity in whatever you do, right? Intensity in how you approach things, intensity in the training that you set aside time for, intensity in the calls and holding people to the highest standard, intensity in every single area of your life. Just being intense. That's the way that I see it, at least. And you know, I think that's required,
Sure. Why?
because most people operate probably at 20%. And I don't think anybody can operate at 100, but if you can operate at 50%, 70%, 80%, 90%, you get 5 times more shit done than most people. And if you can be obsessed and intense, you're gonna get way, like, you're gonna go further ahead for sure.
Sure. So this was obviously the text that you put inside of STS recently, which you just previously spoke about. So you had about 1,000 left once you officially enrolled. Now, for most
Yeah.
people, they try and sell themselves on like once I've got the money, then I'll do it. But like once you become resourceful, such as you did, you become resourceful enough, and you figure it out. You can then instill that own story and personal experience into like your prospects, which helps way more as well. And it builds you as a person because you start thinking differently rather than just delaying things when you can get the results sooner. You delay things and put it off until you've got the money, but then you got further ahead by being resourceful and putting yourself in a better position. So you made that transition, which you already shared here before. There is this coaching call that we did, which I can send a few people. Do you remember this one or no?
No,
Do you
I
not
don't.
remember this one? This
No.
session is really good. I actually love this session because I think this helped. You changed a lot after this coaching session. I've put this in the top of STS now because I actually believe you changed quite a lot after this. Like just in terms of the way that you sell. Like you know that sales call that you sent me the other week with Alex J.
Yeah.
This level of like the way that you saw things after this coaching call was just way fucking different. Like
Actually,
you
I do
thought
fucking remember this one. Yano's sitting there. He's at the rooftop of some Airbnb or something. I do remember this one. Yeah, no, yeah, I do
because
remember it. And you had him go through like a role play disco and stuff. And yeah, I remember this.
it was you basically saying that you're getting prospects that are risk averse or whatever, or they see trading as they've got to be safe, they've got a risk management in trading, right? That's the way that your prospects are coming to the call thinking.
Yeah,
And you couldn't find a way to how to objection handle or get them to think out of that place and label them as an entrepreneur instead of actually thinking as a trader. So
yeah,
that was the coaching call, which then allowed you to actually sell an identity like properly. Like basically you poured into identity from that point. And that I remember seeing you going away and fucking making tons of money away from this. So if you guys want to see that after the call, I'll post it in the thingy below. Morpheus, yeah, Morpheus. Fucking hit on it.
yeah. That's class, man.
So I'll post that at the end of this, by the way, gangsters. I'll say this, right? Because there is coaching programs that I know for sure that do not have this level of standards or environment that you're putting yourself in. If you put yourself in a room with people that are doing 5 to 10 grand a month, then your exposure is only going to be 5 to 10 for 15 grand a month. You put yourself in a room with Aladio, 100 grand in commissions, obviously your exposure then goes up miles. If you're not around savages, it's like going to the gym, right? If you go to a general population gym and you're only surrounded by fucking 90-year-olds or people out of shape, then in your mind, you're the best in that room. You put yourself in a room full of IFBB pros, all of a sudden, you're a fucking small fish and your standards raise because of what you're exposed to, which is the biggest problem that most people say. I can guarantee there is absolutely not a single person or sales coach that can do this right here, unless somebody wants to challenge me in the DMs. You feel free to challenge me. I'll just get Eladio to put you in a chokehold. When was the last time you fought, by the way?
Oh, it's some time ago now. It's 2 years ago.
I think you actually need to get back to the ring and just prove a point. Now you're rich and you fucking
I do. I do. I'm gonna get back in the cage. I will.
can't.
And
Now you're
just
gonna go
hit
in.
on this fucking
Yeah.
hit on this broke motherfucker.
Now you can go in and just splash cash and you walk out. You do it McGregor style and just walk around the room calling everyone broke is. Um,
Yeah.
But the point is, right? Um, if you actually ever want to book in a conversation, there's a QR code there. Eladio, whilst you're here, is there any particular thing that you would tell anybody that's been a massive, massive pussy inside of this call right now, aside from Nick Parry, because he's always been a pussy?
No, Nick is a class guy. I love Nick.
Yeah, Nick's class.
Um, yeah, so if you're being a pussy,
Not even
so
being a
you have
pussy,
to
right? It's not even
no,
being a
just
pussy. If
just
you,
regular people. Yeah, yeah.
yeah, yeah.
Like the first thing is just have to find reasons to lit a fire under your ass. And I say this to people as well. This is what I used, by the way, all my sales calls that worked so fucking good for me when I was doing the classic B2C stuff is, if I couldn't get a why out of them, if I couldn't get something deep enough, I would honestly bring it up. I would look like, for me personally, like, I quit my job. My girlfriend at the time, now my wife, had to cover expenses for me for 3 months trying to figure this shit out. My mother had a stroke. Like my mother had to have a stroke for me to get my shit together and do something. Do you want your fucking mother to have a stroke before you start to do something? Right? Like that's what I used to tell. And it's genuine. It's for real. Like, you can push this down the road or whatever, but at some point something's gonna give, something's gonna happen. And you don't want to get to a position where you're forced to do something. You want to get to a position where you can do something because you owe it to yourself. You have that discipline to make decisions that are hard, but you do it anyway. And if you don't have that, then start doing hard shit. Honestly, if you're not you don't have to have a pro athlete background or whatever, but if do something hard every single week, get some life experience, understand that fucking life is hard. It's going to get, I'm sure a lot of you have had tough experiences in the past and whatever. This is a fucking walk in the park. What? We're talking to strangers, helping them understand that they need to do something that we're offering conveniently enough. And it's not even that expensive if you put it into perspective. That's it. And then you just need a framework to do that. And you need people around you that can help you push to be better. And that's what we do in STS. But if you're never exposed to that, you're not going to get anywhere. So just do the thing that you know that you need to do. That's it.
There you go. That was easy. That was fucking easy. Oh yeah, this is actually somebody for this anybody that's actually making over 20 grand a month. This is actually a good fucking offer that we're now presenting. So it's for closers already doing over $20,000 a month. It's more precise training. There is more additions that we're making to this, where it includes gold audio. For people that don't know what that is, you fucking need to know. Is going to include SOPs for follow-ups and referrals. So it's not only just making money on the call, it's how to teach you how to make money off the call as well. So basically, you'll be fucking outstanding on and off call, and you'll infinitely be able to print money whenever, however you fucking please. So that's something that we're releasing. But you actually have to be personally invited to that. So the only way you'll be able to get into that is if you actually personal message me. So outside of that, put your fucking balls on the table or get fucked, basically. Because I have no room, there is no room in STS for like mediocrity. It just doesn't exist, and I don't allow it, and I don't like it. And if I have to be around the energy, it's not worth it for like my mentality. So that's that. Bunch of fuckers.
How is that not the most motivating thing ever? I mean, this is why I want to do. Can you hear what he just said right there? Do you hear the way that Kurt speaks? It's like, like that's a, you know what I mean? Like I don't want to kiss his ass or whatever, but
Look,
that,
what you
that's
got
a,
to
that,
say?
that's a leader right there talking. Yeah. Like, anybody that's not doing well enough, like listen to this guy talk. Like, this, oh, there's so many fucking sales calls. They try to sound good and whatever. No, this is just, it's straight to the point. This is what works. So yeah, just get in.
You literally want to make money or you don't. Like it's just a simple choice. You get to decide. Like if you hold more emotional weight or if you hold more value over your money versus over the money that you have versus you actually getting your time out can be able to make more money. You, my friend, are a fucking fool. And it makes no difference in my life whether you do SES or not, because somebody's going to do it. Somebody's going to change their life. Somebody's going to go through the same story that Eladio did. In fact, I believe there's actually an individual in here called Toby. Toby, are you here?
Oh shit.
Yo, yo, yo.
Where is it? Let me find you, bro.
I'm here, bro.
Add pin. There he is. Toby,
Yo.
as an example,
Yeah.
you already know what I'm about to ask you.
Yeah.
Before you came to SDS, right? What were you doing?
I did $200 in comms
$200 in comms in what though?
in a month.
In a month.
Yeah.
You were also doing what?
Working 2 full-time jobs.
Working 2 full-time jobs and making $200 in comms.
Yeah.
Given like that, still like genuinely, you gotta respect the effort because he's still putting time into sales, didn't give it up, still working his 2 full-time jobs, still trying to do everything he can to change his life. When we had a conversation, right? I don't like calling it a sales call because it's not. You and I both know it's not. You don't have to name him, but what did the individual say to you about STS? Is exactly.
It told me it was hyped up. It's not what it's said to be. They don't really help you. They won't help you get on offers. It's just like it's not all that. It just like, try to badmouth it. Like
Sure.
it's just something that people are hyping up kind of thing. Do you know what I mean? Because I've always heard about STS, even in that program. There was people in that program that's like, have you heard of STS? These times I actually didn't know what STS was. I didn't know anything about STS. So I did my research, and then I think somehow, somewhere he finds out that I'm looking into STS, and then he comes to me, tells me about, yeah, don't do it. It's not what it's said to be and stuff like that.
From your own personal experience, then, how much weight do those words hold?
I didn't understand. I didn't understand why he was saying that. But the thing is this, right? I knew what I was getting in that program. I knew, you know, it's so funny because I was watching Kurt's calls on YouTube, right? And then using that to close, right? I was using your calls, not whatever I was learning in the program. I was using Kurt's calls to close. And it was just helping me close deals, even though the offer was fucking shit, right? I made $200 on it, right? But I was using it to close. It was working for me. But then I'm like, this program is not for me. I need to figure it out. right? I could have been complacent and I could have just stayed in the program, or I could just had a mindset of all programs are shit. I'm like, no, I'm gonna figure it out. Otherwise, what's the worst thing that can happen? I'll stay in my job, right? I messaged Kurt. I'm like, okay, Kurt, let's I just messaged him. I'm like, let's try and this is my situation. This is my experience. I just want to rub shoulders with you. I just want to figure it. I just want to get started, right? To be honest, Kurt didn't have to sell me anything, right? I just wanted to get started. I got into SDS, Eladio. I jumped on a random role play with him. Um,
Great.
a random role. Like it
You
was
don't
just,
know this, Kurt?
No, I didn't know that.
Bro, we have to find that recording, Toby.
yeah, we
I
need to
swear
find
to
that, bro.
God,
It's
man.
crazy. I know.
He was full of, just like myself in the beginning. It was full of limiting beliefs, full
Really?
of just uncertainty. And me
Yeah.
and Connor were just going at him, like, bro, come
I
on
was
now.
getting
I
cooked.
shared my screen.
Yeah.
Toby, I shared my screen. I showed him that I made like 60 grand in commissions in the last 2 or 3 months or whatever. I showed him. And he was like, whoa, it's actually real. I'm like, yeah, motherfucker, it's actually fucking real. Come on now. And then he got his shit together and look where he's at. How much did you make last month, man?
I did 23K from $200 to 23K in comms. Fucking crazy.
First month inside of STS. Like, I'm just going to set expectations though, because if you look at Aladio and Toby, right, is everybody going to come inside of STS and have that experience their first month? No. Do you know why Eladio and Toby did? Is because there's a difference in mentalities, like a genuine difference. Like both of them just completely obsessed to make it work. So yes, Toby had his own limitations, but what kind of other community do you actually get where Eladio, already making good money, still jumps on, like obviously doesn't still jump on with everyone right before anybody starts fucking thinking stupid shit. But like what kind of other communities do you actually get where their closers are jumping on with you to actually support you and actually get the help that you need? Because it's not just me, right? I'm a one-man person. I didn't build a community so that everybody was just for themselves. The purpose of the community is that everybody's here to actually help each other as well. So that is the benefit. Like imagine going from $200 in commissions to making over $23,000 in commissions in your first month inside of STS. Like it's just a different level. Like even I have to respect. Even Connor's here. Connor's like one of the main guys in STS, and like he's exceptional at helping people when they come in. Somebody just asked a question of like, how do you help with getting on offers? Well, you prove a point. Like you prove that you're actually good enough. You don't just get on an offer. You don't just come inside of STS and get on an offer. I'm not going to put my name on the line for somebody that I don't even trust. Whether you like that answer or not, I'm just fucking not going to do it. But if I do actually trust you and I think, you know what, this kid actually wants it, this guy wants it, he wants more out of his life, and he's actually good enough because I see that he's going through the content, I'll put you on a fucking offer all day. Like, for example, how did you get on Alex G?
I hustled from the moment I joined STS. I went through everything, what, 3 times over every single thing that you posted in STS. I hustled, I worked my ass off, and then I proved to you that I was good enough in the coaching sessions to be able to get an offer. That's what I did.
And then you got on Alex G for you and Connor both got on Alex G for a referral of like me and Kishan.
Yeah.
So if you do those things, I'll help you get on an offer. And just like even Toby, I can imagine you maybe you mentioned SES, I don't know. But even when you
Mhm.
messaged me that you had an interview, I gave you some advice and you went away, hired, you used, implemented that advice and got the offer straight away.
Yeah, literally. Sometimes you don't need someone to put you forward, right? Just figure it out, right? Build your network, utilize everything that's in the program. Like there's a lot in the program for you. Like you can just figure it out, man, right?
And then
Forgetting this,
go on.
it's a business, like closing is a business, like you're the business, right? You need to actually just be able to actually, Kurt's not going to be there all the time to work your hand, to take, hold your hand. Like it's not always going to be like that, man.
It's not like you don't, who here gets the handheld all the way through life? Who here gets that? What you think just because you pay someone, you invest in someone that they're going to be holding your hand? That's not the point in STS. I'm not trying to coach you to fucking be dependent on me. I'm trying to coach you to be dependent on your fucking self. Because if you can do that, you'll have success anywhere in life. So stop thinking that a coach is coming from a place of like holding your hand every single step of the way, because it's not supposed to be like that. Because then you're so reliant on him. But even as another direct reflection of how good the community is, Josh Large is actually inside the SCS community. And for example, Eladio, how did you get on the offer that you're on now, where you made $97,000?
it's all just people that know each other. It's all referrals. It's a small world. Um, yeah, Josh, I believe Josh is here, right? Josh is friends with, I think you know him too, with the manager that's on my offer now. And you know, the guy got in touch with me and he was like, I'm looking for a killer closer. I've heard you're the real deal. I know Josh and he's telling me that you're really good. So let's put you to the test. And then I was like, bet. And then, it
Sales
happens
manager,
fast.
sales manager, funnily enough, said like he's never like the hires that he's had from STS are fucking sick. Like he's never had people come into an offer, and this is a multi-million dollar offer. Never had closers come into an offer and just perform straight away. Like just be so easy to be coached and so easy to just go in there and perform and so easy to actually listen to as well. So it's like the connections that you'll get through STS and through my own network and reputation. Like there's business owners that are actively asking me for salespeople all the fucking time. And the boys know that. Like there's a kid that joined called Zen Heaton recently joined. I don't know if you know him, Zen Eladio yet or no.
Don't think so.
Pretty new.
I'm not good with names.
He's fucking good anyway. He's been trained by Jack Rocky previously before he invested in Kane. Obviously, Jack Rocky is one of the guys that I actually respect a fucking lot. Um, cool. All right, bro. Um, Somebody that I respect a lot, and he was already making like 35 grand a month in commissions. Now, most people might sit here and say that's good enough. I don't need more training. Funnily enough, Zen actually invested anyway. And obviously Zen, even in the first couple of days of being in here, I can see that he posts all the time. He posts his wins, he posts his stuff, what he's learned, and I can see that he's going through the content and he messages me all the time, like, hey bro, just learned this from you and implemented this. That already shows me that he's proactive and actually going through stuff. So I'm willing to put him on an offer. I've got him an interview with a $6 million a month offer because I can trust him. All you have to do is just show me that you are worth trusting, and I'll do what I can to make you fucking more money. That is the whole point of STS. How do I make you more money? That's the only thing that matters. I'm not here to try and teach you some new magical fucking tactic. I couldn't give a fuck about a new tactic. The only thing that we're here for is how to make more money. Yes, there's certain skills that you can have, there's certain additions that you can put into your sales calls, but realistically, it's just like how do I focus on the biggest needle moving task to make you the most fucking money and have a good quality sales call so you change somebody's life. That's the only thing that matters. That's the only thing you'll learn. STS is not like a fucking sales coaching program. It's basically a life coaching program for you to be the highest version of you. That is fucking it. Like if I can go from being dead, if anybody actually knows me from before, probably not, but like I was probably in a similar position to Eladio's. Like dead fucking poor. Dead poor. So fucking poor. Like it's not even funny how poor I was. It is kind of funny how poor I was actually. It is actually kind of funny how poor I was. But that what makes that what that's what makes the story so much more fucking worth it. If a random Mancunian can just go out there and fucking get good at sales by just being obsessed, by being aggressive with intensity and just wanting more out of life, then there's absolutely no reason why none of you can't do it too. The only problem is you just set your own excuses and limitations on yourself to prevent you from getting to where you want to go. That is it. But fuck it. I'm not here to sell anybody anymore. If you're not sold already, then fucking you know where the door is. There's a big red button in the back of the corner. Feel free to payment dip. It is what it is. Feel free to shoot your fucking questions in the chat, or you can just basically unmute your mic and then just ask us a question if you want. Feel free. It'd be easier. I don't want you to put your hands up because it's not like I don't want you to think you're in school, but it is easier so it's not clunky. Kurt, Eladio, Toby, what was the biggest hurdles, fears, biggest mental leap you had to overcome to get where you are today? I'll let you go for yours, Eladio, if you want first.
I think it's just the classic. Um, you kind of have to be ready to hit rock bottom. You kind of have to. I don't know if anyone here has hit rock bottom. I have some pretty fucking crazy stories that if I told you right now, you would not believe me, and I'm not kidding. Where I have hit rock bottom before with not having any money at all. Um, and you have to kind of experience that, or you have to be ready at least to go down there. You have to. If you're not backing yourself fully, you're never going to make it. You have to be ready to put your balls on the table, like Kurt says. And the thing for me was I quit my job. Again, my girlfriend at the time, my wife now, was paying for everything, literally everything. Imagine as a guy, yeah, going out to a restaurant on a fucking Friday night, and I go, I can't fucking pay for this thing because I don't have fucking money. I have $20 and this dinner is 45. Like I can't do it, and I have to look at her and go, can you take it? And she goes, yeah, I got it. And then, like shit like this. Yeah. This is the kind of stuff that shapes you, that gives me the shame. So I then go, fuck, I never want to experience that ever again in my life and put her in that position ever again. My kids are never going to feel that ever again. And then, boom, that's what helps you level up. So you have to be ready to go there and just put everything on the line. Just go for it.
Well, Oscar's
So
gonna love that. Put everything on the fucking line. Put it all on the line on the precipice of the fucking edge. Now, but it's unfortunately for people, you have to hit rock bottom to figure out like how bad the situation is to go up. And it's unfortunate that we actually act from that place, but it's the only thing that fucking works. Like I think as you go through that experience, you're able to walk other people through their own rock bottom as well, which makes it even better. One thing that pisses me off, right, before I go into Toby's, because I don't want to keep answering questions. Why is it that you have two closers at each good levels, each of them, and the only thing you ask is about mindset? How is that the only thing you ask? You have two different levels of close. You have three different levels of closers here that are fucking exceptional. The only thing you can think to ask about is mindset. Like, are you fucking stupid? As a new closer, how important is it to have a mindset coach? Eladio, have you ever had a mindset coach?
no.
What the fuck is the point? Like, this is the problem with closers right now. Everybody's trying to get you with like, oh, you need to when you get resistance, it's because your mindset. You're being too cuddled in an industry that requires you to be a fucking savage. Apologies for my swearing all the time, right? But you are in an industry where it requires you to be an absolute savage. If you need a mindset coach to be in sales, you are cooked. What are you trying to learn from a mindset coach? I'm being dead serious. Right? Do you know how to get a concrete mindset? Go through bad experiences, like Eladio just said. Actually build yourself as a person. Get people in chokeholds for a living. Learn what it's actually like to be at rock bottom, have no money, and build yourself out of that. That will build you more of a mindset than any single coach ever can. I don't know a single mindset coach out there that could ever have a better mindset than me. I genuinely believe that. I'm almost for certain that not a single mindset person out there has a more concrete mentality than me at all, ever. That's just a personal belief because all you're too cuddled now, thinking that oh my frequency is wrong going into the call. That's why I didn't perform. How much of a fucking gimp do you have to be to genuinely believe that? If you just focus on making more money, it solves all your problems. Eladio, how many problems have been solved in your life because you made $97,000 last month?
Every single one.
Toby, how
Like,
many of your problems now are solved because you've been able to make 23 grand a month? Your biggest problem was you hated and probably hated your 9 to 5 and didn't want to go anymore, correct?
Yep.
By making more money, what's been solved?
Everything.
Is your mindset bugged by a 9 to 5 anymore?
And the whole
There you go. Just make more fucking money. There's your answer. You don't need a mindset coach.
guys,
Stop.
do you hear the passion in his voice, like the way he talks, like the way Kurt talks? Right? You're not gonna get this from any other coach out there, bro. Like you can tell he actually cares about it. Like he actually cares about, you know, just what he does. You know what I'm saying? It's gonna tell you the truth. It might be hard to hear, but he'll tell you the fucking truth. Do you know what I mean? So look, I didn't have this experience, right? I took the cheap route, trying to find the cheapest coach out there, right? But what did he get me? So his $200 in comms, like it doesn't make sense, right? So just go with someone that you feel like, if you feel that conviction with, right? This guy's the Andrew Tate or fucking closing,
I
bro.
almost was. I almost went bald and I got a hair transplant, so I almost was. Cash, mate, like Cash Mawa, you have been on so many calls for STS and you're still outside. Got a call, need to jump off. Why don't you just fucking jump inside and actually start closing deals, making more money? You don't have to always jump off these fucking sessions. How about you do that, Cash? Fuck me. Right, so no more questions about fucking mindset, please, because I actually want you to take some value away from this. Mindset this, mindset this. Go and fucking cuddle a teddy or something to make you feel better. Yeah? There we go. Tom Curry's coming in. Thoughts on frequency, Kurt? I like to turn my music up nice and high so I don't have to listen to frequency. Like, yeah, if you ask a sales question, like I genuinely won't be a dick. I'm actually here to make sure you get some good value out of this. Like you literally have the opportunity now to ask three different closers at three different levels to ask for whatever you fucking want. Like genuinely ask the question. We don't bite. You want the question to go away and make more money. Feel free to fucking ask them. That's what you're here for. Like I said, I'm a man of the people. I'm not forcing STS down your neck. I mean, sure, if I want it, I'll just get Aladio to put you in a chokehold and put it down your neck. But I'm not here to sell you. I'm actually here to help you go away and make more money.
I have a question.
Go for it, bro. Thank you for opening the mic.
Yeah, of course. Yeah, I'm right now closing and setting on an offer right now that is like branded e-commerce offers. And the ICP is pretty young. It's usually like between 18 to 35 males. And I'm always going through like trying to go to like the framework of like going through breaking the limiting beliefs. And at some point, I'm trying to always ask them like what's holding you back from actually taking action, investing in yourself the way that in order to provide for yourself. But like I'm always fine to like this kids, it's always like money. It's always like I never actually like tried to invest in myself. They never actually tried anything before because they're kind of just going out of university. They
Yeah,
never actually worked like a 9 to 5. So I'm always trying to like instead of moving that and going through pain, I'm having to like go through like just bigger idea of the goals. But I
yeah,
still want to like obviously be able to have that limited belief to break either fear, skepticism, self-doubt in order for me to push forward and like make them understand what's been holding them back internally.
yeah. How are you asking like a quite so like with younger guys, it's good that you have that awareness, right? Because the thing is with younger guys, they don't have enough life experience to understand like an actual pain or what it's like
Yes.
to not be in a good situation. Like so let's just take a job for example. They don't have that awareness yet of what that's actually like. Sure, they think about it because they've been
Right.
on the internet, but they haven't personally experienced it. It doesn't hurt them enough. So a lot of the time,
Hmm.
what you've got to do with younger people, you've got to kind of set identities on them, right? So
Okay.
what you can do sometimes is you can say what is it you say you sell econ, right? Who is it that they
Yes.
look up to the most as entrepreneurs?
Probably the YouTuber that I'm selling with.
Okay, who is it?
Oh, his name is Mark.
Mark. Okay, why what kind of characteristics are
Very blunt, straight to the point, big buff dude. Very like not cocky, but like when he does his YouTube videos, he's basically like not wearing a shirt, and he like simply calls people retards and shit.
yeah, but
So
that's
people
kind of
like kind of
okay. But
resonate
like,
with him.
it's certain characteristics that they'll look for in him that they want to be like, right? So think of
Potentially, yes.
So think of stuff like that. So I want to be like an entrepreneur so that I want to be disciplined or I want to be able to prove a point to
Yeah.
my friends. What you'll find with younger guys as well is because they have more awareness of the internet, they're potentially seeing like 18 to 17-year-olds make money online.
Yeah.
So they'll want to be perceived like that. But right now they're being perceived
100%.
as who they are, which is the broke version of them. So you want to get them to
Hmm.
think of like the people, the actions, the behaviors, the decisions and the choices that the 18-year-olds that millionaires would make. So
Okay.
that's what you want to do. What you also want to do, bro, is I'm going to send you some sauce right here. I'm only going to send it you. Um,
Thank you.
with younger people, you've got to define their relationship between money and time. Do you understand what I mean when I say that?
Not completely.
Fine, that's okay. I'm glad you said that. So, what's one thing that younger people have a lot of?
Yeah, more time than money, or at least in their heads they do.
Okay, so in their mind, because they're in university, or let's say they don't make as much money,
Yeah.
they have this attachment to money because they have to overwork themselves to make such an amount. So let's say they've been working like 8 months and they've been stacking up that money to save and they've only got 4 grand saved. In their
Yeah.
mind, they have an emotional attachment to that because of how much they've worked. So
Hmm.
you've got to separate that attachment to money and make them realize why time is more valuable than holding on to their money. Because if you get to the end of the call, they won't want to let it go because of the emotion they've got attached to it. Does that make
And
sense?
where exactly in the call am I doing this? Like
So
specifically like making that separation between time and money in their heads.
So I'll show you a call here, and it does give you a breakdown on it as well. So why I'm doing
Cool.
what I'm doing.
Hmm.
Let me know if you get that.
I'm looking at it right now. I just got your message. I'm gonna open that up and save it here on my other side.
It
Yeah, I
should,
see young person hook. Cool.
yeah, yeah, cool.
I'll go through that.
You want to use that. I'm pretty sure that does explain when to use it. But
Okay.
if you notice, I would probably do it before. If you notice like certain patterns in their mind of like they have been working a long time and they only make a little amount of money. If you know for sure they make a little amount of money, then I would throw it in there before you try and tackle like any limiting beliefs or anything like that.
Okay.
How are you asking a limiting belief question?
Basically, I'm going through like, what internally has actually held you back from taking the proper action and potentially becoming the man that you can be, or what has internally like, held you back from taking action and actually investing in yourself to get to the point where you actually want to be. And usually, when they say something stupid like, time, money, and like, no, that's external right away. I'm always like tackling that.
And like, okay, and if they don't answer right away, then I'm telling me like generally, if you look at yourself in the mirror and like you actually like fully honest with yourself, like what do you think internally has really held you back? Whether that's fear, skepticism, self-doubt, what internally has actually held you back from taking action?
Okay, and then let's say they give you an answer of fear. What do you do then?
Fear? Yeah, fear of what? Fear of failure, fear of you, fear of what? Fear of losing
What
money, and then
what
kind
I
of
would
like
what
tackle
I would
that.
do if I was you is because you're suggesting it to them, like you're basically
Yeah,
suggesting it's a limiting belief, like you're saying, is it fear, procrastination, doubt?
yeah.
If you're suggesting it to them so that they understand the question, I would then ask why just to tie it off. Why would you say that? So that that means it doesn't come from you, it comes from them. Just to tie that off a little bit more.
Double down on like why that
Yes,
specific limiting belief.
because you want a specific experience that's caused them to feel that level of fear and emotion.
Yeah, so I get that. I get the part of like finding that like a specific point in their time, so you can actually break that down specifically. Like I do that too when you go to like the actual pain. Like, oh, at that specific time when you had that, like what was even going through your head thinking about that? So should I do that at the same time, breaking the limiting belief, like why fear and why specifically that time?
So it's not why fear, it's just why would you say fear? Why would you say fear, right? Because as a closer, everything that
Yeah,
we say is a lie, everything that they say is the truth, right? So it's like, why would you
yeah.
say fear? And then you can go down fear of what? So at least they've given you their own context as to like why they believe it's fear, and it's not just
Mm,
words in the mouth.
okay. Okay, makes sense.
Yeah. Unless you have
And
anything.
what if they say how would you I mean unless someone else wants to go, but if not, I would just ask like in that case when it comes to that specific ICP, let's say it's not just a young kid, but someone that has gone through a specific program, whether that is for drop shipping, whether that is for trading or whatever the fuck, right? And they have that skepticism, right? How am I really breaking that skepticism down? Because I always try to challenge them on that, but I'm not really like sure. Maybe it's my inner self belief. I guess maybe it's just myself and not holding myself with congruency. But like, how do you really break skepticism from someone else? Is it just like, well, do you understand that the bit? Do you personally feel like people in this business model are they making money, or like how do you break that down specifically? Let's say.
Before I go into it, do you have any thoughts? Do you have any thoughts on that, Eladio?
Well, you obviously want to understand how long they've been skeptical for, how long they've been holding on to that skepticism for, and where it roots from, and where it stems from, and if it's an experience, a couple of experiences, what
Hmm.
happened, how are they putting responsibility onto that experience? Are they holding on
Taking
to that for a
ownership.
long time? Yeah, you can challenge them on that pretty well. Um, and then you can always use Iano taught me this. You can always use the outcome and contrast that to the skepticism. And like at some point, you've got to break through that to get to where you want to go. So, like, if you
Hmm.
want to get to here, is it at some point worth going through that bit of skepticism to obviously get there? Yes.
Right.
Why? And stuff like that. So,
If you have, it
So I
only
get
works
that,
if you
right?
have, it, only if you have an outcome. What I would also focus on is there actually evidence to support their skepticism, right? Because
So
a
like
lot,
asking like where does that come from, kind of thing.
um, so like skepticism in what way?
Let's say it's like online programs in general. All these people making money online. I'm just not sure if that's actually true what they say. Like I've seen people that do it, but like I'm not fully convinced.
Do you have any evidence to support that they're not making the money you think you say they say they are?
No, personally, because they don't know anyone in the space, right? So like let's say they're completely brand new to dropshipping. So no, I just don't know anyone that is actually doing this. All I know is people making money online. It's all I see on social media slash YouTube slash whatever.
So have you tried anything to counterbalance the fact that you believe everything is a scam?
I'm not saying that I believe everything is a scam. I'm just skeptical that it actually works.
Okay. Have you tried anything to counterbalance this idea that the skepticism is real?
No, personally, no.
How come? So how
I
can
haven't had the
you
guts. Oh, okay, makes sense. Yeah, I just haven't like actually dove into the business model by itself.
then just go through that and then just like Eladio basically just said, then compare the outcome to like the skepticism and whether it's worth
Nice.
holding on to if they actually want to achieve X.
Okay.
But evidence is a really good way to basically suggest you are being a fool
Hmm.
in a polite way. Because
Okay.
like it's
Yeah, makes
easy,
sense.
because it's easy to make the assumption that everything it is, let's just say, a scam for this sake, or there's
Right.
skepticism because of X, right? But if there's no
Hmm.
evidence to support them, then you're lying to yourself to keep yourself safe.
Yeah. Okay. Thank you.
Of course, bro.
Appreciate that, Eladio.
Thank you for popping up, bro. Appreciate it. What? How long have you been in
those
sales?
questions, he would fucking crush him SDS. That Nicholas, it was, yeah, bro.
Nico, yeah,
Great
thank you.
questions, man. Great questions.
Thank you, bro. I've been watching Kurt's videos for years, bro.
Years,
Bro,
Year.
where you at then?
bro. But where are you at?
To be fair, I'm waiting to go into like I know this I know it's a limitation of myself, but I'm waiting to get into the full closing role before hopping on a program because right now setting like it's either that or I'm gonna just jump off and up. Yeah, no, you know what? I just crushed my own limited belief. I'm just a bitch for now, and I'm probably gonna book a call after that.
Which
Probably, or you are.
probably, oh, you are.
I already took a screenshot of the QR code.
Well, do you want me to scroll back onto it? I'll do
Sure,
it for you
man.
right now. In fact, what are you waiting for a call for?
Way better than a set, bro.
Send the link.
What do you want?
Yeah, I got the link. I got the link. Yeah, see you inside tonight. Yeah, I mean, generally, yeah, it's having the capital to invest, right?
But that's though. Toby didn't come to me with all the money in the world, did you, Toby? That's why you invested.
No.
That's
no.
true.
Yeah, just
Fuck the capital.
Eladio didn't come to me with all the money in the world. You've literally just seen it.
Yeah, and to be honest, after this whole presentation, after seeing like the biggest takeaway for me, and I guess for everyone here too, that has been in communities, have been in other coaching programs, is actually seeing that Eladio was able to jump in with Toby and give him actual like role playing experience and really help him, even if it's not Kurt. That's a huge selling point for me because that's one of the main things, right? Is like being able to be in the space with people that know what to do, that know what they're doing. So you actually get to transfer skill and understand why the fuck you're saying it, not just what to say it.
Exactly. One thing, what was I going to say then? Because even with your offer now, you're waiting for the offer to be a full-time closer. How much
Yeah,
of a
but
better
that's
closer, how much of a better closer do you think you're actually going to be if you actually skilled yourself up to the point when you do jump an offer, you're already printing money instead of waiting to get
yeah.
an offer and then being behind. Point
Yeah,
one.
I agree. Plus, at the end of the day, like I don't want to be in this offer. This is like I said, the ICP is way too small. Like I don't want to be selling to 18-year-old kids that can't even piff. Like I want to sell to people that are grown people so that I can have real conversations. Like generally, not just like teaching someone.
What was I going to say? Join now then.
I'll book the call.
Don't book the call. Join now.
Join now. I mean, I have a call in 10 minutes.
That's enough time.
It is? Fuck, all right.
It is.
Bro, you're way better than a set already. I don't mind jumping in, but like even how you were conducting yourself there, you're literally selling yourself short by being a setter.
Yeah,
I cannot see who's talking.
Josh Latch. But
Oh, Josh. Oh, sorry.
But
Yeah,
basically,
generally,
bro, like you're the only person so far that jumped up and actually asked a question, and a good question at that.
Yeah.
Like
Yeah,
that.
because I've been struggling with this, man. Like I'm telling you, I run this inbound calls every single day, and I'm always trying to go to the same ladder. And I'm seeing this thing, and I'm trying to go different ways. But like at the end of the day, I need to like you're saying, you're coaching and you should like, you need to understand who you're talking to too. And at the same time, like if the kind of young kids that I need to talk to like that, understanding how to actually tackle that differently instead of going the other way. If they were a human, like a grown adult that had 25 years of experience in a job they don't like, they don't even know if they have a job. They never had a job. They don't even know if they don't like it, right? So I gotta like put that identity frame into them and like who are they looking up to? Just never thought about that before.
There you go.
The only question I'll ask yourself, bro, is are you willing to be resourceful to join? Because if you are, Kurt will make it work. He don't give a fuck about the money. He does not care about the money generally. That guy's got money trees in his back garden. He doesn't need money.
I haven't got a garden.
Okay. Listen, man, like I genuinely appreciate that. Seriously, thank you guys, and
Nicholas,
I will be booking that. What's up?
message me your number and thingy WhatsApp number right now.
Yeah, we'll do.
Yeah. Nicola. Sorry, I do apologize. That was
Nicola.
Nicola.
Nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you. Where are you from?
I'm from LA.
Nice. Go on. How can we help?
I was just curious, how if I got into sales, if it would help with my cash flow issues in the next 2 to 3 months, realistically, if it would fix that issue.
You're asking the wrong question, I think. And I'll say this because you're not looking at it as like, this is an opportunity where I can make a boatload of money if I just become obsessed and I want to get really good at sales. You're looking at it as an opportunity to be like, can I just make X amount of money in X amount of time?
No.
Sales, are you already in sales? What do you do?
Well, I sell on Amazon, but it's just slow moving.
It's a slow moving. What else do you do?
That's it.
Toby, I'll let you answer that question if you want, because that's quite. I don't personally make any promises. I can only speak from personal experiences from the guys inside.
She said she doesn't. She's not in sales, so I was gonna mention congruency. I think same thing I'll tell my prospects. Are you gonna come into the program, make it work? Do you think you're gonna do that?
Yeah. Yeah,
Okay.
I mean, I bought into an Amazon mentorship, and within the first 2 weeks, I had really well sales. But you just need more capital to grow the account. So I'm I'm not here just to, make ends meet. I want to do something that I can thrive in. I have done sales before. It's just I haven't done like sales for, I guess, offers. Um, so I do have experience. But yeah, I want long term, and I want the cap is the limit. So I I want to not just make base level. I want to make as much as I can.
Whatever you focus on is whatever you're gonna get. Are you gonna look for reasons why it's gonna work for you? Are you gonna look for reasons why it might not work for you? Whatever you focus on is whatever you're gonna get. So you said you're gonna come to the program, you actually make it work for you. You're gonna utilize everything that's in the program to make it work for you, right?
Right.
So I guess
Totally.
why would it not work for you, or what's holding you back?
Mm, I don't think it wouldn't work for me. It's just about timelines for me because I have to
You
move.
understand sales, right? If your prospects come to you and tell you this exact same thing, what would you tell them?
I would tell them that you can bet on yourself, and as much effort as you put into it is what you would get out of it.
Okay. Um,
Congratulations,
you
Salvador, by the way. Welcome in, my friend. Good shit. There's no timeline to excellence, Nicola. It's like saying, how can I get in the best shape of my life? There is no timeline on it. Here's an honest expectation. I've seen two individuals come from being dead broke, Daniel and Adam, never no sales experience before. In their first month, made $10,000 in their first month. I've seen people like Toby with previous poor Excel sales coaching from outside mentorship come in and make $20,000 in his first month. I've seen Eladio go for in his first 2 months, not really. I don't remember if he made that much money, but in like by the second month, he made like 20 G's and then you went to 30, 50, 97 grand within like the time under a year. It is a different experience, but I think for what it is, if I don't think what I do would necessarily help you where you're at,
Got it.
if that makes
Why do
sense.
you say that?
Because it's the way that you're looking at sales as like you're in Amazon FBA now, if I'm not mistaken.
Mhm.
Okay, are you like you're an active seller?
Yeah.
Okay. So the timeline in terms of make helping you get skilled up, getting you on an offer, you're probably looking at like a 2 to 3 month timeline of doing that, if I'm honest. So there's like an honest timeline that you probably expect.
I guess what I'm trying to say is like I would be willing to give up Amazon to go full on this. And yeah,
How
I
much
would be
how
passionate
much
about this.
how much have you been following my content, if any?
Well, Shivam, he's
Oh,
the one that
Shabab.
introduced me. Yeah.
All right, fair
He,
enough.
and you also your first sales course you went with was with my friend Matthew Milas. So he knows you personally, and he also was telling me about you.
Okay. Tell you what then, do me a favor, message me on Instagram and I'll send you some more stuff that might actually help you decide if this is something you want to do. And if it
Okay.
is, then obviously I'll actually help you figure it out.
Okay,
Is that a
perfect.
fair deal?
Yeah.
All
Yeah.
right. Thank cool. I think that's more helpful for you rather than trying to walk you through it on here.
Yeah. I agree.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Pleasure to meet you, by the way.
You too.
Jonathan Healy, go for it.
Well, what's the crack?
You tell
So
me.
yeah, quick question. Yeah, so I remember before you were saying like in order for you to reach your first 10K month, you have to like offer stack three different offers. You're doing
Yes.
triages, like running out the gym and stuff.
Yes.
If you could you give a bit of a backstory how you went from that to like surpassing 20K months consistently, and like what was the biggest shift that you made in order to achieve that?
I had no money, so obviously I stacked it. Well, to me, it was just a game of numbers, right? Because I don't know how Eladio looks at it, how Toby looks at it, but when I first got into sales, I'd obviously come from a 9 to 5 where um, I was paid like just the same amount every single hour. The way I looked at sales is like my hour is worth X amount or X amount, bit depending on what deal I close. So if I can just close like X amount of deals per hour, I can make X amount. So in my first month, obviously I was behind on cash and I was pretty desperate. So I was just like, cool, let me jump on this triage offer. I'll take the calls in the gym and then I'll come home. I was working a Amazon FBA offer from 1 p.m. up until 6 p.m. From 6 p.m. up until 12 at night, I was on Tuesday's offer. So I did that and just until I stacked cash. Then once I had like 10 grand in my back pocket, then I was like, cool. This offer that I'm on Tuesdays, that I'm taking calls from 6 p.m. up until fucking like midnight, that offer can give me good volume. And it was a 2 to 3K price point. So I was just like, I'm just going to go all in on this and literally just commit to this offer. Within like 2 months of committing to that offer, then I eventually got to like 20 grand a month. But I promise you, you couldn't remove me from the laptop
Hmm.
when I was on my way to making 20 grand a month. I was literally on an offer that there was an endless amount of volume, a low ticket price, and you literally could not move me from the laptop other than the gym. I was literally just necking pre-workout, taking modafinil every single day, just ripping as many calls as I could. Honestly, I used to get calls booked in at like 3 a.m. I would go to bed at like 12, wake up at 3 a.m., take the call, close it, and go back to bed. Like there was just a different level of
Yeah.
obsession at that point.
Wow.
And obviously, I'd invested a significant amount of sales training to be able to get to X point. So I'd invested in Luke Alexander, Caden Jara, and then Bill Walsh. Bill Walsh was a good stepping stone for me to actually get to my first 20. Like he genuinely like pushed me to get to 20 really fast. So I would say like the skill set is honestly what made the massive difference.
Sweet. Appreciate it. Thanks.
No worries, bro. So just literally, you just need to be hungry for it. Like Eladio was hungry, like Toby's hungry for it. Kid was working two 9 to 5 jobs and doing sales on top of it. Can't get much hungrier than that.
Yeah. Sweet. Cheers.
No worries, gangster. Um, Nick,
Yes, mate.
not you, Nick.
Oh, I'll just fuck myself.
Nico, sorry.
Oh yeah, what's up?
I've just messaged you on WhatsApp.
Let me see.
Nick will sort you out, the double Nick. Nick will help you. If you want to book a call, it's up to you. But if you just want to figure it out, we'll help you figure it out.
Oh yeah,
Just
I see it. Thank you.
Yeah, no worries, gangster. Pleasure to have you in. If you come in. What was it, Sky?
How's everything with you, Kurt?
I'm okay. How are you, bro?
Doing good, no complaints. So I just quit my job recently back in like July, and it was actually one of those things where it was a 9 to 5 and it was really shitty. And I just wanted to thank you because you actually gave me like a package with the STS Essentials. I don't know if you remember that.
I
I
did.
think we had like conversations, but I'm on this offer right now that's like an online fitness like consulting thing. And the main problem that I'm facing right now at this point isn't the discovery, it's towards more so their belief. So yesterday I had a call where this guy was talking just basically about his belief system. And when I pitched the price and I did everything, before I pre-handled, I did the devils versus angel thing. He sat there and he was like, well, the only reason why I wouldn't really invest into this fitness thing is because like I have to make money in fitness before even investing in it. So it was just like this big like thing where he was like, he'll only put money into it if he was like making money with investments or through fitness. I'll give you like an example. He spoke about his job. He was like, I'll put money in like the money that I make with my job, I'm putting into my job. Or the money that I get outside, like with helping people, I'll put the money into helping people. And I sat there and I was like, well, how are you going to be able to invest in yourself in the first case if you're not being able to actually have the money or use the money into other areas? And he sat there and he was just like, well, basically this isn't how like I do things. Like I run this is my belief system. This is how God wanted me to be. And I sat there with myself because this is the second time that happened. Like two people have said that. So my question is that how do I configure their belief system? Because during that part, I asked him, I was like, do you see where your beliefs are at right now? He said, yes. Do you see where it got you to a point where it has you on this call asking for help? He was like, yes. So if we continue with this same type of belief system, where is it in the next 3 to 6 months going to get you? He was like, I guess in the same place. So I don't like, there was a little bit of confusion, but I actually didn't get the full piff.
When people say in the same situation, if their situation has gradually been getting worse over time, don't accept the answer of, oh, it'll just be the same. Well, would it be the same or would it be much worse, right? Because if it's already been declining over the past couple of months, then why is it gonna stay the same? Why is it gonna stay the same? It's basically gonna get worse. So you're willing to accept that? No. What is it you sell? It's like e-com. So it's fitness coaching for coaches.
Yeah, so basically what they're doing is learning how to make money online through like their coaching and stuff.
Through
And
their fitness service coaching.
yeah.
One of the biggest things you can sell those guys on, which is what I love, is a congruency. Because it's like, well, have you ever had a client come to you and express certain in your mind like excuses or reasons not to move forward? Yes. What advice would you give them if they came to you with what you're giving me now? What advice would you give them? So why don't you take your own advice? A lot of that will work with a level of congruency with those kind of people because it's like you can't expect your fitness clients to fucking do things if you're not willing to do it yourself.
That's
So,
true.
you want to sell them on that idea. But basically, what are you asking me?
What I'm asking is like, how do I guess in the discovery process is recognize the patterns of that because when he said it, it like kind of took me aback to where so I want to be able to recognize more of their patterns and how people think,
Okay.
so I don't have to.
What you may notice moving forward, this is some good sauce for everyone, by the way. Eladio, when somebody says, I've always wanted it, what does it suggest?
It's just bullshit. You have to. It's a. I mean, an alarm bell goes off for me in my mind because if someone's always wanted to do something, why haven't they done it?
So what you'll find if somebody says, I've always wanted to do X, you'll find that they're stuck in a way of making decisions. And the objection that you're likely to get at the end of the call, if somebody says, I've always wanted it, is this is the way I always make decisions. So you can notice a pattern in the inconsistencies in like either their language, the way they suggest certain things, their commitments to things. And if they mention that they've always wanted something, but the commitment suggests otherwise, then you know for sure that this person has a problem with making choices, different choices or different decisions, which then will suggest that this is the way I always make decisions, is the objection that you'll get at the end. So you can usually listen to stuff like that in a discovery that suggests like this person's limitations or objections at the start. But I think this is probably why STS is beneficial because when you are able to hear language patterns at the start of the call, you're basically, Toyin said this the other day, which is actually pretty true. You're objection handling the whole call. The discovery, you are objection handling the full fucking call. It's all objection handling. So in the first few minutes of a sales call, you can actually hear their objection, but you just have to be very fucking careful with the way that you listen to it. So for this call, for example, I don't have full context, so I'd actually have to seal the sales call. Um, but honestly, there's probably more of a reason why you should just join STS. But
I am thankful for the fact that you are posting the content because I know a little while back I was on the last Q&A, but the fact is that when I took that leap on quitting my job and actually pursuing this full time, like for me right now, I only have $500 in my bank account. But I knew for a fact is that no matter what, I know where I'm going to get at. And that belief system that you've had and you showed throughout that, it's really helped me like thinking about it. Because at the end of I know like at the end of this month, my goal is to make well over 10K.
okay, it's hard without context. I mean, I could probably look at the call for you for like 5, 10 minutes if you want.
Yeah.
Yeah. I'm gonna go for that. Recorder. Good name.
Hey Kurt, you probably don't remember me. Spoke a couple months ago. I was on Data Engineer Academy.
Oh Jesus. What are you doing over there? You're not still on that offer, are you?
No, I left that offer in order to go on an options trading offer, which was setting, and I got off board off that offer because I was putting in the volume, but my numbers weren't converting as
Yeah.
well. And now I'm saying to myself to get into closing, I just invested into a careers coach who a couple hours before this, who I met, who I just spoke to at 12 o'clock for helping with getting him referrals for people in my network. And long story short, put it simply, I'm overthinking trying to find the right approach, perfect approach.
Career coaching for what? For info offers?
No, career coaching in terms of getting trained and getting placed through their network on closing.
I don't know what he's saying, do you, Eladio? I don't know what I can't imagine what he's actually
Have
speaking
you heard
about.
of a guy called Harry Connects?
No. Yeah, I was gonna say that, bro. There is a lack of confidence in like the way that you're speaking about the situation. Uh,
Yeah.
I'm not entirely sure what you are saying though. A career coaching, like, are you on about closing? Like an offer for closing?
Yeah. Having a clear path, strategy to
I don't know anybody that's ever paid for that though. I don't know anybody that's on a good offer through paying for like coaching behind that. I've never even heard of that.
But it's coaching to be placed on an offer. Like,
Harry Connects helping sales reps land 5 to 10K a month opportunities in 45 days. How much did you pay this guy?
He's like a recruiter.
Is it?
Yeah.
not him specifically, someone in his network.
You paid him.
Yeah,
How much?
$500.
Ah, okay, fair. I was gonna say
And
over anything fucking over 2K, I would have gone wild.
yeah, and put it simply, I was looking for certainty into well, what to do next because want to get into closing, and the more I'm speaking, the more I went for the bitch route. I'm just objection handling myself now.
It's what they usually do.
Mm. Because I remember last time when we spoke about payment plans, you mentioned about having a 3K minimum 3K in order to invest.
Okay.
And I do have that.
Fucking join then.
bro, just get in.
Yeah.
What are
Bro,
you
like
waiting for,
you
bro?
need the confidence. It's like when I first joined Bill Walsh's, which is how I met Kurt, I was confident as fuck. I would literally hide off role plays. Anytime Bill did a role play, I would literally jump off the role play. And I
I
literally,
love that from you, Josh.
genuinely, I sounded as unsure as you do now. I don't mean that in a bad way because I recognize it, but like when you're in a group full of people making shit tons of money, and
Yeah.
I used to make good money, and when you've got big dick Aladio fucking swinging 100K months around, like it does inspire you to do more because you realize you're capable of so much more. Um, it's like when Kurt talks about comparison, a lot of people say it's bad, but as Kurt would say, comparison's great because if other people are making that money, it shows you can. Like Aladio doesn't have a magic wand. He's literally just done the fucking work. And as soon as you do the work, you'll get the skills to make the money and then your confidence will increase the byproduct.
But I also, as well, obviously, you having the price point as it is, it's congruency as
But
well.
it's also gone up, just FYI.
It's not
What he's
10K.
saying is send him the 3K link now and he'll pay on the call. I mean, I'll figure the rest out.
He can organise that with Nick Barrett.
Yeah.
Is it now 12K? 15?
Just a little bit down.
Okay.
Most programs for context are about 10 to 12K for 3 or 4 months. So like, STS is a bargain, whatever it is. And if it's people joining after a day, they're like, I'd pay 10, 15K just for the community.
It's true.
Yeah.
I don't think you understand the level of fulfillment. Like it's just like we increased it. I hired Johnny Mars, coach. I brought him in because we sell very similar, if not the same. Connor now is a coach as well on Thursdays. Like you have enough coaching calls, you have enough support, you have the best network, the best opportunities in the industry.
Yeah.
I personally pour my heart and soul into STS to make it the best possible chance to win. Like there's no way to lose unless you just don't make it work.
And again, don't view it as price going up, bro. It's like, again, that's the price you pay for not moving earlier, isn't it? It's like if you wait another 6 months, you still don't have the confidence, you're still not making the money you want, and you've lost a lot more than just the 2 or 3K that it might have gone up by.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But we'll look after you, bro.
Yeah.
You don't have to pay Dumbos like Harry Connects. I'm just looking at this guy and he looks a bit dirty. I wouldn't have paid him any money.
Yeah. Yeah. Your confidence will go up within a week of being in, bro. You'll naturally be more confident because you'll be inspired by everyone else and you'll just do the work and you'll naturally just become more confident. It's like
it's the billionaires analogy as well. Obviously,
you only become confident by doing it, right? Again, you can think about doing it as much as you want, like trying to get in shape. Unless you're actually going to go to the gym and do the things, you're never going to get in shape. Unless you're black and you got great genetics, then fuck you and you can do what you want. But yeah.
I mean, they've got shit carbs, but yeah.
Yeah. But just saying, bro, just, be resourceful. I mean, it's up to you. The rest of it's up to you. So.
Okay.
Yeah, you can do, Sky. No worries, bro. Go fucking crush your call, all right, youngster.
Thank you for everything.
Appreciate you, homie. Don't like you can't have such an emotional attachment to money. Money is just like a resource. Like we literally print money out of thin air. That's what we do for a job. Like it's mad.
I know, yeah.
You try and tell people what we do for a living, they don't understand it because they don't actually understand the money that you can make. It's just wild. Like it has literally changed my life. I was probably in a worse situation than you are now. Eladio was probably in a worse situation than you are now. No doubt. Like everybody's been in a bad situation. You're not unique because you're in a shit situation. Everybody's been in one. It's just like, what do you do to get out of it? That's what makes the difference. That's what makes you unique. What you do to get out of it. That's where your story is. Your story, you aren't defined by like where you are now. You're defined by what you do about it. Like you guys 3 years ago wouldn't look at me and trust me now. The words that I say would hold no weight because I've done nothing with my story. My words hold weight now in terms of what I say because I've actually done things with myself. I've helped other people and I've shown that what I do, I can teach other people to do it and get them out their own way.
Mm.
That's the only reason you're willing to listen to me now. I'm not like some magical messiah. I'm just a guy that has a story and actually done something about my life. That's it. I'm no different from you guys. Like literally, I'm no different from you. I just did something about it. So you get a choice. You get a choice leaving this. You get a choice to do what you're doing now or change. I'll let you decide, my mum. Yeah.
Yeah.
But don't ever undersell yourself ever. Don't sell yourself short in this life because you only get one, so you might as well fucking praise you. And fucking praise yourself every single day that you are a person worth fucking buying into.
Mm.
And you build trust in yourself as well. Like I can imagine Eladio's got a massive amount of trust in himself. That's why he's fucking living good, eating good, gaining weight, fucking getting bigger, getting stronger, getting fucking huge, getting jacked. Fucking hair, maximizing all his hair. Look at him, I've had a hair transplant. He's still got better hair than me. I'm a fuck. He still needs to buy a bigger TV though. Fuck me.
Yeah, yeah. I'm missing a Rolex too. I haven't bought anything nice for myself, but I keep stacking my cash.
If you do go and buy a Rolex, ever, let me come with you, please, wherever you are. I want to come with you.
Sure.
Who else? Go on, Connor Mason.
Yes, hello. I've got a question about basically the addiction mindset in terms of drink, drugs addiction, PTSD, war, that kind of things. I've been coaching on and off the past 4 months
Are you asking
and
me if I take drugs?
never.
Go on. Go on.
It's more like it doesn't really. I found obviously it's my skill set, but no matter what I said, I felt like it always came down to their addiction mindset, like the money they were spending on the drugs, the drink. We both knew if they stopped spending money on that, then they're going to have more money to invest into the offer that I was selling. But there's something around that addiction mindset, and I'm living with a good mate here who's literally been through that drug addict, drink, and I found it really difficult to get them to see that picture when they're so set in that mindset. So I was wondering whether, what's the best approach to deal with that kind of mindset?
Where's the problem in the call?
It comes out pretty much very early on in that,
What's the problem of it though? Like why does it cause a problem in the call, basically?
all because they're spending all the little money that they currently have on drinks, drug, weed daily. And then it gets to the call and they don't have that cash right now, or they've got people to pay back that they've lent off.
So what can we solve then? Because if they have no cash, as much as you try and reframe them on the idea that the devil is on the shoulder, then like the ability to change it if with limited resources, the only thing you can do is get them resourceful. But it's the problem is you've got to label the guy inside of STS, Sam Bizzle, is really good actually. You got to label the addiction as like a devil on the shoulder. So every time they give an objection or as an excuse, you've got to ask, like, you've got to suggest it as like the alcohol is talking, which is preventing them from changing. But
Mm.
if they don't have the resources to change on the call, then obviously when they go away from you, which is the only resource they have to kind of separate like the devil and the angel kind of situation, it's going to be almost impossible for them to go away and get resourceful without you being there. The only thing you can do is just get them in a state of resourcefulness away from the call and coach them through that.
Yeah,
But
that's probably the way I was kind of hoping to get that clarity, that direction on it is that resourcefulness. Like if they don't have the money right now, not much I can do about that. But then beyond the call, if we were to book in another call in a couple of days, weeks time, and I'm trying to help them to get resourceful, it's that problem as soon as I'm off the call.
they
How can I best
straight back
approach
to their
that?
old habits. I think what you've got to do is you've got to nail down how you've probably got to nail down what these habits are actually costing them. in terms of it's not just costing them money, right? But it's actually costing them their whole lives. How much damage their addiction is actually causing to them and the people around them. Like I would also look at the effect of who else suffers because of their addiction. Because people sometimes will do more for others than they will for themselves. So let's take, for example, it's affecting like their marriage, their kids, other family, mother, parents, whatever. If it's affecting outside people, then obviously more people will become more suggestible to change because they're doing it for other people, not just themselves, right? Because an addiction, you only tolerate an addiction if it only affects you most of the time, but some people will actually change if it affects the relationship of others as well. So I would nail down the weight of how bad it's actually gotten and who else it affects as well. But again,
Yeah, I mean,
go
a
on.
lot of the time I get to that and like the outcome is literally if they carry that on for 6, 12 months, it's death. And like then when you're playing with death and they're trying to get resourceful, it's like I can't really push it anymore. And it's just that I was just wondering whether can you dig any more with that kind of mindset of people who are suicidal or PTSD, drink, drugs, addiction.
I think, but for some people, death is better than existence, which is the problem.
Mm.
So then it becomes like if they die, who is affected by it? Like what do you leave behind for others? What kind of grief do you leave behind for others? Who else is affected by it? But it's a bit of a touchy subject. I'm probably not qualified to truly speak on it, if I'm honest. I'm only just thinking it from like an actual sales perspective.
Yeah, because after 4 months of doing like I was starting by approaching it with just like that, listen to them, a therapy kind. I'm like, I'm not qualified to teach
But
this.
one
Like
thing that
how
you got
can
to
I
be careful,
approach it?
right, is letting people come to a call and just giving you all their problems with no suggestion or actions to change. Because if that's what they do, then that also means that they've been tolerating the problem with no real reason to change or fix it, right? So that's what you got to be careful of. You got to like actually push back on those people a little bit to make sure they're actually committed to change and it's not just a venting session.
Do the offer owners of them kind of offers, do they need some kind of license, like I don't know, therapy or course to be qualified to help
I think
them
it's
people?
a fair question, honestly. I would probably say yes. I would imagine so. They need to be qualified in something to kind of be able to coach somebody under that topic. Why? Is your business owner not qualified?
I don't think he is, but I did walk away from the offer this week. I was there for 4 months, but I was just trying to get clarity on that. But if he does, I'll drop him a message.
Okay. I would be careful with that. But yeah, it's a bit of a touchy subject, that one, my guy.
Yeah, I found.
Welcome in STS.
Thank you, though.
No
Say
worries.
again, sorry.
Welcome in STS, by the way. I saw you coming earlier.
Thank you very much.
Tim. I'm just gonna say Tim. I don't know how to pronounce
Yeah,
your full name.
yeah, it's my full name. Don't worry about. I'm the dumb mindset coach question. I got a question, Kurt. Like, seeing what everyone said in the chat and like people joining STS right now, I'm just like a dialer for a B2B offer, and like that conviction alone pushed me to book a call for tomorrow. I mean, I could have booked it today, but it's just me like operating out of fear. I guess like the next steps for moving forward. Um, I don't even know. Like I'm on this shit offer. Like I just got a message, and maybe that's me. I don't know. But like one of the prospects just replied saying like I don't have time. I'm starting to get really pissed off here. You got your money, and you have done less than acceptable, and it's like a 20K per month offer. So how would you?
Fuck.
Yeah, it was 40K Canadian. I didn't know it was Canadian. I'm like fuck, 20K per month. And like the offer owner, he just knows how to do realtor shit. He hasn't actually got skills on how to close like B2B clients, so it's a bit cooked. But that's like in the past now. Like, what would you recommend for a guy? I don't even know what the fuck I want to say. Um, what would you recommend, I guess, for myself or you and Eladio? Like, what the fuck do I do moving forward? Like, I booked in the call. I'm gonna join. Like, I already spoke about this subject, like circling through my mind 24/7. Like, I don't know, like what the fuck do I do?
Tell them about Amy because she was a shitty dialer on a shitty offer.
She wasn't a shitty dialer. She was a
Not a
good.
shitty dialer now, she was.
I'm not gonna tell you said that, but fucking hell. Um, it's true actually. I didn't even think of that, Fraser. Fraser's partner joined STS recently, and she was actually a dialer for a career coaching company. She was collecting 500k cash a month, which is a lot of fucking cash, if I'm honest. Like that's a significant amount of cash. She, in return, was only getting paid $1,500 a month from it.
Fucked.
Yeah,
So that's kind of cooked. She came into SDS and she's literally just obsessed over the modules and got really good really fast. And she's last time I spoke to her, she was on her way to making like a first 10 grand a month in the first month in SDS. So some like even you seen George's message earlier maybe on Instagram. In fact, I'll just show you here. Where is it? I'll show you here. George.
Yeah, I saw that one.
Yeah, so I wanted to drop you a quick message. Thank you. Before joining STS, I was a set and I genuinely didn't know what to do with. Didn't even know it was possible to make 10k plus. Reading the document, I remember you sent me, I will help you get to 30 grand a month, which was unreal for me. Wasn't super active, but I was consuming the content and drilling it every day. It took me some time. It was a bit of a fight, but finally did it and life changing to make $27,000 in a month. You just make it. It doesn't have to be with me either, bro. Like you can make a decision with any coach, but making gay decisions is better than none. Go on, Eladio.
It's just I'm just baffled by the amount of social proof that's needed and required for some of these people to make it. I'm not saying any of you, by the way, but for most people to make decisions. Like I had none of this shit when I joined. It was just like, I was DMing Kurt and he sent me a few things and a few YouTube videos and that was it. Like Tim, what you just said, the way that you said what you just said and the uncertainty that you had and the way that you expressed it, it's clear that you want us to say, it's okay, bro. We're waiting for you. We're right here. Come on board. Like it's very clear that you're waiting for us to say that. And so I'll say it. We're right here. Come on, get inside. We'll help you out.
There you go.
Like that's all you got to do.
Read my mind. Read my fucking mind. That's mad.
Do you know what's funny though, right? Eladio, the money that he makes is probably more. Well, I know for sure he makes more than most sales coaches online. And it's just proof, like when you get so fucking good at this job, I would love to pay Eladio. Eladio knows this. I'm actually trying to make him more money, and I would love to pay him to come in and be the coach inside of STS. The fucker is making that much money that I would rather not take him off the calls. What's the point? He can make enough money. But he knows I'll always take him on for an opportunity with STS if he ever wants it or needs it or anything. Like I'll always look after him. But he's making too much money. All because of a decision that he decided to make. And it's
When
just
are you joining, Tim?
Because I'm a pussy, I could have booked in a call today, but I want to book it in tomorrow.
Why do you keep downplaying yourself with everything? Like every time you make a suggestion about yourself, you always downplay yourself. What's the point?
I don't like it. Doesn't matter. I'm a very thoughtful person. I've been thinking about making this decision for a while, and like I'm with two other guys who we keep like we hold each other to a standard too, which we learned from you essentially. And it's like me not doing something like that's why I use those terms. I guess maybe I'm using it in the wrong fucking way. I don't know.
Yeah, don't call yourself a pussy, bro. You're not a pussy. Don't call yourself a pussy. Don't accept that for yourself. There's no way. So don't do that. Look, if you know in your mind that you should have booked it for today, but you did it for tomorrow, just fucking message Nick and go, hey, what times do we have for today? I'm sure we can find something. Like,
You're
like
you're just training yourself that procrastination is okay.
Jason, are you here?
Jason.
One sec. Jason, are you here? I know he's on mute, but maybe not. Fine. Continue.
Class.
I'm here. I just was making food.
Jason, I believe Tim's on your calendar. You should have his number there. Reach out to him, get him on today.
Cool. Sounds good. Talk soon, Tim.
Sick.
Look, Tim, does your situation truly make you uncomfortable enough to want to change?
Yes.
Okay. My brother is on this call, right? You can ask my brother. Yeah, he's on this call. You can ask my brother. I think so.
What's he called?
Yemi.
Oh, there he is. Big Yemi.
I'm here. Yeah.
Big lad.
Nice to meet you guys.
Is he younger or older? Younger.
Older.
Yeah.
Older.
Yeah.
Fuck. That's class.
Look. 2 months ago, 3 months ago, you can ask him. I was asking him for money, right? I was struggling. Sometimes I'll be behind on my rent. We used to live together, right? I'm like, do you know what? I'm going through a lot right now. I need to figure it out, right? I decided to get an apartment myself. Kurt knows this as well. Get an apartment, lock in. Let me just figure something out, right? That's why I got 2 jobs. That's why I had 2 jobs, right? Just figuring it out. And then working two jobs, that's fucking tiring, man. Like, it's tiring. So like, I'm trying to figure out something else that can suffice that income, right? I'm on YouTube just trying to figure something out, whether it's Amazon FBA, whether it's job, whatever is out there, right? I came across high ticket sales. It didn't take me a month for me to finally get into mentorship. It didn't take me that long. I'm like, do you know what? I just need to move. I need to just do something, right? That's when I'll go into that shitty mentorship first. And then the thing is, my situation was so uncomfortable, I needed to figure it out. I had to figure it out. Otherwise, this was going to be my situation. All right. So, you guys looking for absolute certainty? Does your situation truly make you uncomfortable for you to actually want to make a change? All right. I wasn't in this position 2 months ago. All right. I'm new. I'm new to all of these guys. Like, this isn't something that I'm familiar with. This is something I'm just new to, right? But I'm just figuring it out as I go along. Do you know what I mean? It's really as simple as that.
There you go. I'm going to call somebody out. I've actually seen him in here before. Where the fuck's he gone? Ryan Fabian. There he is. He just turned his camera back on. There he is. Why don't you pop up, Ryan? I'm
I
sure
was
you.
literally just dialing a prospect as you said that, which is why I took my camera off.
Ryan's got some limitations as far as Eladio. Haven't you, Ryan?
Let's hear it.
Called me out straight away. What are the limitations, bro? What do you think that they are?
What are your limitations? Because you've been here twice now. Is that fair? Is that at least an accurate statement?
Yeah, I was on the webinar. Yeah.
Okay. What are you looking for out the webinar? Out the webinars? As bad as of a shit show that was, I'll be honest, I actually do want to make a public apology on that because it was fucking terrible. I'll never ever do it through somebody else ever again. But this one I wanted to set up to actually give you guys some value again. What are you looking for out the webinars?
Clarity on what the next step to do is for myself.
Okay. What do you want it to be?
Make a lot of money, bro. Regardless on if it's on my offer or another one, the reason why I hopped on this call is to ask you a question.
That's fine. Feel free.
So you talk a lot about, and look, a lot of like closers avoid getting better on their current offer, but when is it actually valid to say that this offer is not enough to get me to my goals? Like, when is it valid to actually say, it makes sense to go to a better offer?
Define a better offer though.
One that aligns with like me and my goals as well as income and on target earnings.
Ryan, are you still on OBI?
No.
Okay.
What does that mean to you though? Like aligns with like, obviously I understand your income goals, right? Which is what? You want to be able to make what?
30, 40, 50 grand a month US.
Okay. Last time we spoke, you were making, I think I remember what you were making last time we spoke.
Just under 20.
Yeah. The offer that you're on now can't provide that at all.
Well, I'm the top rep, so I wouldn't say it can't get me there, but people haven't done it in the last 6 months. No.
Why haven't you switched offers then?
There's a portion of me that feels like I can get to the next level on this offer if I raise the ceiling myself.
Why haven't you done it then?
So, can you repeat that?
Yeah, why haven't you done it then?
Why haven't I raised the ceiling?
Sure.
Good question, bro. I haven't gone out and get the external help that I need.
Who's in control of changing that?
Myself.
So, like in your mind, when would be the most appropriate timing to do so?
Yesterday.
So why is it not done?
Probably lack of pain.
Of what?
Lack of pain.
Why like Eladio said before, why does it have to get to a point of pain for you to change? Do you know who what's his second name? I've been watching a lot of his stuff recently. Josh, what's his name? His second name?
Greg Gallagher.
Who?
Greg Gallagher, isn't it? That one.
No, that's the Greg O'Gallagher. No, it's Greg.
Blue Moma, Greg Lav.
Greg Lav, that's it. Greg Lav made a really good point the other day. The best entrepreneurs are not the ones that act from a place of pain. It's the ones that know when things are going well, there's still things that they need to do more of. So it's not, they don't wait until there's a problem that arises. They wait to get ahead of the problem and act sooner. So for example, you being at the commissions that you're at, but you know there's something better, rather than waiting for the pain to get so bad that then you do it, you move quicker and you get ahead of that. So for example, when I joined Kyle So, how much do you think I was making in commissions?
I'm not familiar who Kyle So is. I don't know, under 10K a month.
Fine. No, I was making 50 grand a month. I'd made 50 G's. And rather than say to myself, hey, why don't I just keep doing what I'm doing and just keep making more money? No worries, Eladio. Appreciate your time, my friend, as always. Keep crushing it, bro. Rather than wait for me to just keep doing what I'm doing, keep making the money that I'm making, because everything's fine now. How much better can I get? So it's just like a complete standard. It's just like your standards in life of wanting to be exceptional, wanting to be better. Now, again, I'm not saying you have to join STS to get to the next level. You could go anywhere. I would suggest you making a decision again is better than no decision. Doesn't mean you have to join here. But I just know that I look after a lot of closers. Like, do you know who Zen Heaton is?
Yeah, I was having dinner with him in Mexico.
Nice. Okay, so Zen Heaton just joined recently, and he's found the training exceptional already. So is Jax actually, and they've already taken some wins away from it. But Zen actually joined a couple of days ago, or a week ago, should I say? And obviously, he's proven to me to the point that he's good enough and skilled enough that he's been going through the content that I got him on an offer that's doing $6 million a month, or I got him an interview that he's likely to get on the offer because I know a direct connection to the off to the sales manager. Sometimes that's all it takes. No worries, Luke. You made a bad decision on Connor Martin. I'll unpin myself. It looks super weird now. Oh shit! There we go. But again,
Can I ask, bro, before we pass it to someone else, saying that me avoiding getting external help
I didn't
is,
say that.
well, I guess, okay, call me out. Basically, me telling myself internally that I'm avoiding getting external help. Can I use the same perspective of leaving the offer to get a new offer? How do I know which is right? If I'm avoiding getting a new offer or if I'm avoiding getting training, how do I know which one is right?
Well, you're looking at it from uncertainty, but how do you overcome how do you get out of uncertainty?
Action
But you create certainty, right? How are you going to create certainty?
by doing something.
By doing something is the only way to create it. So the question that you're asking yourself can only be answered by by wherever action you take. Would you agree with that?
Very well said.
Yeah, that's fair. But again, I'll leave it with you because I know you've been on two of these. So I just wanted to suggest try and find out what it is you're looking for.
That's giving me
But
clarity, bro. I appreciate it.
I would much prefer you make your own decision off your own back based on where you're at, rather than show you that you're actually just selling yourself short. Well, you are selling yourself short, so to speak, but I would rather you come to your own decision and do it with confidence as well and conviction behind the action.
Well said.
Yeah, fair enough.
Also, bro, being on an offer where you're top closer, like it doesn't give you anything else to aim for.
It's true.
You know, like if you went onto an offer now where Eladio was on it and the other people were on it, you'd be like bottom middle average rep.
Hmm.
And that soon takes you out of like an area of like being kind of settling versus wanting to raise your standards to the next level kind of thing.
See, that's a good point. That's what's keeping me like in this middle ground of like, yeah, I could probably maybe increase the ceiling a little bit and I could get better. I can always get better. But no one is doing better than me on my current offer. So I don't actually have anything to shoot for.
But
Plus
could
your
also
actions
isn't a
don't.
very sorry, Kat.
Your actions also don't have to change because you're top. So it's like, what's the point of me changing it when I'm already at the top? Go on, Josh.
Now I was going to say, but could also isn't a very strong word to use when you're actually describing yourself wanting to get to that next level. It's like I could get better.
Or I'm committed to getting better.
Yeah, I could go to the gym, but I don't have to. I don't need to.
Yeah.
But then there's plenty, as you told me, Kurt, there's plenty of ways that you can skin a cat. Wait, no, that wasn't you. That was Jack Rocky. But like making more money, there's plenty of ways that you can skin the cat. You can either be a shit rep on a great offer and make 40, 50K a month, which there's plenty of people out there that's doing that.
That's you externalizing again.
Are those people you, though?
No.
Okay, so what's your situation?
I could make that my reality, though.
You could, but have you done it?
Yeah.
Because if you could, you would have done it, right? Because you want to make 40, 50 grand a month. And you're mentioning that you could do it, but you haven't done it. So can you actually do it in the way that you think you can? Like, what kind of community are you in right now, if any?
Nothing.
That doesn't help either, bro. Like, people step into the STS WhatsApp chat and are just mind blown of how small they're playing. Like, literally, we've got people, like, even Jackson fucking, like, you know them well, and they come into this and they're just like, shit, I'm playing so fucking small. But again, I don't want to push you into STS because I don't want you to come in here and then fucking dislike it. I want you to be able to come into it with, like, a convicted decision, whatever it is with me, or Jack.
Right, who's a better close, right? Are you and Jax and Zen?
I've never closed alongside them. I've been closing longer than Jax, but not Zen. They're good closes, but I don't do like B2C. It's more like B2B.
Fair. But they're the money
They're
you.
making more money than me for sure.
Okay. So
This
the
is
fact Dave's still invested says a lot, right?
How do you mean?
Because obviously they are still making more money than you, but they still feel like to get into the rooms they want to get into and unlock the potential they know they have, they still needed to do something to get to that next level. Whereas because, and this isn't in a bad way, dude, like you're still probably making fairly good money, but it's like, again, if you have no one to compete against, it gets boring. Imagine putting Usain Bolt on a 100-meter track with 4 people in a fucking wheelchair.
Mm.
Like, yeah, he'd win by a mile, but like he literally has no one to compete against. And I'm not saying the clothes on your offer are shit compared to you, and that's how different it is, but it's like you want to be on a starting line where there's 7 people, all your level, absolute worst case scenario, and knowing you've got to absolutely turn up a 10 out of 10 every fucking day to outperform them. Because that lights a fire in your ass, knowing you can't get complacent.
Yeah. It's with the B2B thing that I said to you last time as well in the voice note. Everybody's like, oh, B2B, B2B, but I actually don't know anybody making exceptional money on B2B. It's very rare. It's like a very unique offer when somebody's making good money on B2B. Like you're gonna have two conversations with yourself at the end of the road of sales. Like, oh, thank you, I spoke, thank God I only spoke to B2B people, and I only made like 25 G's a month. Or, you know what, fuck it, I just ran sales up, spoke to whoever had money, and just fucking closed them. That's the way I looked at it, Ryan. It's just like I don't care about my ego. If somebody says you only sold B2C, good, fuck you. I couldn't give a fuck. I made more money than you and I live a better life. That is something that I'm grateful for, that I changed my own life. Couldn't give a fuck if I spoke to B2B or not. I do B2B deals, deals. Now they're fucking boring. I would love to sell B2C. I would love to sell fitness. I think there's nothing better than actually just watching somebody's mentality shift on a call. But we're different people though, Ryan. Do you know what I mean? So it's not like I'm going to sell you on like what I love. It's not about me. It's about you.
Yeah, see, being direct with you, bro, I just don't enjoy B2C.
That's fair.
I just don't do it. I've done it for a year and a half, and it sucks. So I guess you
Well,
could frame that as a limiting belief, but
what
I
is
have
the most amount of
conviction.
money you've ever made?
Just under 20 US.
Okay, if you were making 50 grand a month on B2C, would you hate it as much as you do, as you think you do?
I would still hate the day to day. Yes.
What's different about the day to day compared to B2B?
How do I
I
say
know
this
for a fact
nicely?
business owners that you speak to are not millionaires. They're just very much so normal people that are probably making 50 to 100 grand a month, if that. That's not a lot of money. They're just very normal people that are B2C.
But the conversations are a lot different.
How so?
Trying to find a nice way to say this. You don't
Or
have to make
easier.
people realize they're going to die for them to pay money.
You don't
You can
to
have a
pay.
genuinely like intellectual, logistical conversation with them.
You mean an
And
easier
sometimes I
conversation?
enjoy that.
Yeah, because you don't want to get uncomfortable. That's the thing now. B2B is easy. Like, I think B2B is boring. A lot of people go B2B because they don't have the skills to sell B2C.
I've done B2C, bro. I've been a top rep for B2C for one of the largest like Australian
Bro,
offers.
I'm just gonna check you there. You've not been a top rep if you've not made over 20K a month. That's bottom middle average rep. I was doing 40K a month in 3-4 months of training, and I wasn't very good.
Appreciate
Right,
it.
are you referring to OBI with the 20K a month?
No.
Okay.
But it's not saying like 20 grand a month in B2C is fucking easy. I was doing that with a simple skill set. It's like, I'll be honest, it was super easy. It was just basically fucking situation, future pace, cost of an action, a bit of identity, and then why now? That was literally it. The advancement is being able to take it to like 30, 40, 50. If you be honest, like 40 plus is probably the more advanced advancement. So it's like you can't say you're exceptional at something, but like you haven't made the money to provide evidence for that. And I'm not trying to slam you down, Ryan, because you probably are pretty good, but there's still obviously room for improvement in every area. But
Yeah,
anyway, we'll leave that as it is, and you can make your decision, whatever it is that you want to do in the future. But I hope it's a good decision for you. I hope everything works out and you get exactly what you need. Because one day you're gonna message me and say, I made 50 grand a month, fuck you, Kurt. And I'm like, what a guy. I made 50 grand a month in B2B, get fucked, Kurt. And I'm like, what a fucking gangster. Yeah.
Add that to the case studies.
Yeah, fair. Right. Pleasure to meet you, bro. Face to face.
Thank you everyone for hearing my rant.
You're welcome, bro. Carol, is that how I pronounce your name? Do apologize if not.
Yeah, it's Karol, doesn't matter, it's Polish. So the question I have is when I get on calls with people, I've just like started closing fairly recently. I've gone from like just being on dials to then just full on closer from like without joining a mentorship, but just knowing a couple people, whether it's like running role plays with them or just like watching things online. And one of the things that I'm coming up against is fear. And I theoretically kind of ish know somewhat like one way to go around it, right? But then at the end of the call, I'll have somebody, we've done cost of inaction, like, why they need to change. They say all the things that they like we do like a temp check, right? Do they think the program will help them? I get my tie downs, whatnot. And then when it comes to actually joining through, let's just say fallen into it where they didn't make that decision to join, right? They go into that sort of fight or flight mode. And instead of going in, they sort of like opting out and just like letting that fear take charge again, even if we had clearly stated within that call that their way of thinking isn't right. It's not good. It doesn't serve them, like
Why?
the way they sort of operating, but it's still
Why doesn't it serve them though? Like, what is the cost in their mentality?
keeping them stuck, putting
Yeah,
them in a
that
position
that
they're
doesn't mean
in.
anything though. Like, what does it actually cost them? You want experiences, lived moments. You want emotions that are going to trigger like certain experiences happening in the future or have happened in the past that it's actually cost them. Who else suffers because of whatever fear they've suggested? Um, Give me a second. I'll send you something. Where's the objection handling coaching? Let me have a look. I'll go for you. Where the fuck is objection handling? Nick, where is it? Do you know? Or was it here?
Where's Connor? He knows it better.
Are you speaking about me?
Yes.
What are you looking for?
Nothing. I was trying to find Deanna who's coaching. There's
What, the objection handling clip?
yeah. Is there any good ones for basically what he's asking? I've sent him a few there. I've sent you
Like they say all the right things and then they just completely flip out at the end.
Yeah.
Is what I heard. I would think you remember when you ejection handle Ralph and it wasn't really much of an ejection handle, but you just like me. Like, what are we doing here? Because why do we do a discovery?
To basically relay it all in terms of like, there's your problem. What the fuck are you gonna do about it?
Yeah. So it's like I was even last night looking at old clips where I objection handle people, and a lot of the time it's just reminding them
Why
like what they said on Discovery and just coaching them through it.
Okay. So it's just like throwing out there,
watch
sort of
those
grabbing
three
it by the
videos.
balls and going, fuck it. Like,
Watch
see what
those three
happens.
videos that I just sent you there.
What'd you send it on?
In the chat. You see it?
Okay, got it. Yeah, I appreciate it.
No worries, bro. Ali, you've had your hand up a while. I do apologize.
No, it's okay. How are you?
I'm good. How are you?
Another day in paradise.
You doing what? Sorry?
I said it's another day in paradise.
As always. How can I help?
My question was similar to the guy before this person that just asked. Mentally, it's kind of been messing with me, but how do you understand as a closer when it's time to, I guess, leave an offer? Like to give you more context, like I've been on the same fitness offer for about a year. Close rate for the past 6 months average is 73%. But I can't break like 11 to 12K a month. Like that's
What's
where
the
I've just
price
been.
point?
Between 3,500 and 5K.
What cash are you collecting per call?
My average is about 3,800.
How many calls are you taking?
That's the problem. The volume is very volatile. Like one day I'll take 2 calls, the next day I'll take 0, the next day I'll take like 3.
Have you stacked up cash, the cash that you make?
Like, what do you mean?
Have you like the money that you make, you're making like 10 to 11, or you can't break that amount? Every time that when you make money, you're basically saving it.
For personal reasons that I can't right now, but usually, yeah.
Okay. So, there's a couple of reasons why you leave an offer. So, I left an offer when I was making 20 grand a month, but the ticket price was only 2 to 3K. So, I could take as many calls in a day as like I could maximally like I could honestly handle. And I would only ever get to $20,000 a month. So I left that offer when I could close its bigger ticket price, which was $6,000 to $20,000. So I made that particular jump because I wanted to be able to make more money. Now for you, the lead flow is down to the point where you're not getting many calls and you can't really surpass 10 to 11K. If I was you, I would probably looking at leaving that offer and putting yourself in front of people, business owners, sales managers, so that you can close for a different offer pretty soon. Like I'll probably do it almost today, actually. I'd start putting yourself in different rooms and meeting different people.
I had an interview yesterday for another fitness offer, but it would just be stacking offers.
Why is that one lead flow volume down as well?
It's they pretty much make around 100K USD a month.
Yeah. Okay. You want to get, I mean, you seem like a pretty decent closer if you're making that amount and you're closing that amount. I'm guessing that the offer's pretty good to close at 75%. It's an organic offer, I'm guessing. You ideally want an offer that's doing about over 500 a month. That's what I would be looking at. So I'll be making sure if you interview people, they're making at least over 500K a month as an offer.
Okay.
Yeah. But I would probably look at leaving your offer immediately.
Yeah, it's pretty frustrating.
I don't think it has to be as frustrating as you make it. It can be pretty easy, to be fair. Just make sure that you're being proactive about it and don't kind of sit in this room of like, imagine the your current offer is probably giving you a golden handcuffs in a place of like, oh, we're going to fix it soon. We're going to do ads. We're going to do this. We're going to do that. And it's just keeping you on the golden handcuffs.
Similar, something like that. Yeah.
Yeah, fair. I would just ignore that and just approach, like, take care of you because you are your own business as a closer as well. So you make what you earn. So I would look after yourself and just move immediately. I don't know of any particular good offers that are hiring. In fact, actually, I do. Is Jack Flanagan on this call? I don't think he is. Jack Flanagan's on a fitness offer. He's doing about 40 grand a month. It's a good fitness offer, actually. The only thing I will say is I'm not sure they hire females. As sexist as that is, I just don't think they hire females.
That's different. I haven't heard of that one yet.
Yeah. Because their ICP is quite unique. So I think that's what it is. But what I would say is look for an offer that's making $500,000 a month and just go meet with, try and make as many connections as you can. Are you in any communities or anything like that? Sales communities?
Yeah, I am right now. Yeah.
Who's?
Her name is Kyra. And then before that, I did a guy named Mike Barron.
I don't know either of them. Do you get opportunities in your communities?
Yeah.
Yeah. I would just be on the lookout for something doing over 400K at least, if not 500K.
Okay.
So I would move ASAP if I was you. That's my long-winded answer.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
But either way, keep
Thank
crushing
you.
it. I know there's probably maybe not nothing major in that answer, but like keep crushing it either way.
Yeah. Thank you.
Of course. Nice to meet you.
You too.
Yemi. And then Yemi, the last one, and then I'm fucking off because I'm having a brain fart trying to speak and I'm starving.
Evening. Nice to meet you, Kurt.
Thanks, bro.
So obviously Toby's my brother. When he came to me and told me he wanted to get into sales and stuff like that, it was something that I was just like, sales. It's just stuff you hear about. You know what I'm saying? It's just sales. And then he done what he done, and I was like, okay, cool. Like, bro, you've shown me something that I've never seen before. Like, bear in mind, our parents are immigrants. Do you know what I'm saying? I'm working a 9 to 5, same as he is. So he showed me that. I was like, okay, cool. So initially, I wasn't really, gonna look into it, even after the proof and whatnot. But then he sent me a video, and I don't know, for some reason, the first call I watched, it felt like you were talking to me personally, especially with the way you start off and you break them down and you make them really think about their situations and stuff like that.
Yeah.
And from there on, I've just been very obsessed, and I don't know what it is. I've just spent hours watching videos, just taking notes and stuff like that. So at the moment, I don't want Toby to be like my, oh yeah, I know it. That's my body, whatever.
Yeah.
But it's a thing where, how do I get from a point of, I don't know sales right now, and I'm genuinely willing to learn, like where it is, I'm genuinely willing to learn. How do I get from this point up until the point where I'm able to join your group to?
Why does it have to be a point before you join my group?
I feel like it's because, one, I'm in a very shit situation, and I've spoken to Taylor about that.
That's fine.
But I'm in a very, very situation. So I'm trying to drag myself out of that before I can, you know what I'm saying, join the group. Because I even told Toby the other day, I said, yo, like, I don't care if I have to take a loan, you know what I'm saying, just to come into this, because I really, I don't know, there's something about what you guys are doing that is really, really powerful. Like, I genuinely believe that you guys are genuinely changing lives, and not just from, you know, speaking to prospects or whatnot, the people that you're helping as well. So it's something that I know I need myself. So like I said, I don't know sales, and I'm trying to consume as much content as I can. The last video I even watched was the one with, I don't know what the guy's name was, but he was like talking about limiting beliefs and your identity and stuff like that. How to shift from one identity to the other.
Okay.
So it's like it's stuff that I genuinely resonate with, but right now I want to drag myself out of my position just to get into whatever you guys got going on, because it's powerful. And the fact that, you know, now my brother's showing me proof where it's like I can genuinely see real life proof. So it's like, how do I go from there to there?
What videos are you watching? Are you watching most of my YouTube right now?
YouTube.
Okay, you're
YouTube.
on YouTube. Connor, you
went
might
for your
actually have,
reels.
you might have better suggestions around this, Connor, to be fair.
Yeah. I'm gonna send you something that you can look at that will get you up to speed of like the way that we do things, so that when you join, you're just gonna hit the ground running. I'll message you on Zoom the video.
Thank you so much. I can give you my number as well if anything.
Yeah, DM me. I'll send you a DM now on Zoom, and you can drop me your number. I'll sort you out with a couple things.
Thank you.
Good lad.
But yeah, like you guys are amazing. Like it's like not the fact that Toby has actually done what he's done, but it was just you, Kurt, as a person. Like I said, when I was watching those videos, I was like, yo, like it just feels like this guy's talking to me. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like I'm in a shit position in my life. I'm working a job that I think I like. Like I generally used to think I love being a project manager, but it wasn't like I never enjoyed it. And just to see the way you guys are speaking to prospects, and yes, you're closing deals and whatnot, but at the same time, it's the message behind that really resonates with me. You know what I'm saying? So like that's just crazy to me. I don't know. Props to you guys, man. Honestly.
No worries, bro. It's a pleasure to meet you, by the way. Connor will send you over some bits that should probably help as well.
No worries, please.
Sweet. That was a good session, gangsters. A pleasure to meet you all. I hope you've all enjoyed today. It hasn't bored you too much. You've at least taken some value away from it. I'll take the silence as a yes, hopefully. Fuck me. Dylan, drive safe, please, you crazy man. Yeah. Right. If you ever need anything, I'll post a recording if anybody wants to watch it back. I'll post it on YouTube probably. So I'll upload that as soon as I can. Of course, Paris, pleasure to meet you, by the way. I don't think I have actually met you yet, have I? I can't even see you. There you are. Nice to meet you. So go fucking make some money. Go and do something for yourself. Go and change your life. As always, change your prospects' lives. Go and change your own life and just do fucking something better than you're experiencing now. Yeah? There's so much money out there. You can all fucking go and make it. Just do something about it. Yeah? Easy? Sweet. All right. Peace out, gangsters. See you soon.